Hello, good people of the VR community. How are you all? What's going on? Thank you and welcome back to the VR Link. This is episode 36. Let me introduce our host this week. We have got, well, let's go special guest first. We've got Danish, aka Get to the Chopper, down below me.
Strangers.
I'm sure you guys all know him. He does great videos and stuff, man, on YouTube. Then we got Salsa from Salsa Ketchup VR.
Hello, people.
And then we got Nat from 7 Degrees of Gaming.
Hello.
Nice. So let me, where are we? Because I've got a script that I'm trying to read, but I haven't made it big enough at the moment. This is your weekly VR chat show that gives you and us a chance to discuss some of the latest goings on in virtuality and news stories. You can also listen again to the VR Link as a podcast on Anchor and Spotify. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the amazing patrons and channel members whose names are listed below, and I've also checked the spelling on Vector. He is right, I did spell it wrong, I got it sorted. And if you're looking for ways to support this channel, please check the links in the description, and while you're there, please consider joining the community Discord. In the Discord we have a general chat area, channels for game trailers, movies, individual headsets to arrange multiplayer meetups, high score challenges, and the VR news channel. There's also a VR Link channel where you can leave us questions for the following week's show, or anything you want to know about this show, or things we could improve on, whatever you want to do, because this show is for you, so any feedback is greatly appreciated. So, hello to everyone in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Who we got? We got It's Melek C. How you doing? Uncompetitive Midlife. Dark, how you doing, guys? Thank you for joining us. Secrets of, bit of a celebrity, as I was talking to him Friday, and he let me know that, what's their names? He was going to be making 10-foot statues for Shadow of the Colossus.
What?
How amazing!
That's pretty big.
That is amazing. That is one of my favourite games of all time, and it's available now for free on PS Plus. Definitely recommend.
Tuesday.
What? Tuesday. Check it out. I don't know what the date is.
Don't worry about it. I mean, I agree with you. It's one of the greatest games ever made.
It is.
You know that it's not the 23rd of March, so that's the important one.
Yes. Absolutely, Half-Life Alex. Yeah, I'm not crazy. Hello, you're on Midlife. How you doing? Paradise Decay, Taznik. Who else we got?
TGK's in there. Hiya, Tony.
Nice. All right, Madman. How you doing, man? Madman is now a Oculus Rift S owner and a PC owner. He was in the Discord, man. Just like I said. He's like a kid in a candy store at the moment. He's not sure what to buy.
It's a case of, oh my god, what do I choose?
Yeah.
Do I choose this?
It's awesome, dude. It's awesome.
And go get like the do the 1 month trial for the
5-port.
Yeah, 5-port. Do 1 month trial on there and just grab a load.
Bundle. So as well.
Yes, I was gonna.
Humble bundle.
I could quickly mention that while you're here because we've got
That's
some details on it.
They extended it.
Yeah, I think you got about a day left or something. So.
It's a crazy deal.
Yeah, so there's 2 days remaining to buy the Humble Bundle. And there is 3 tiers to unlock, which you spoke about, which is the least expensive starts at $1, and that includes Smashbox Arena and Cosmic Trip. Things get interesting if you pay more. At $14.28, you can add Gorn, Budget Cuts, and Space Pirate Trainer. And if you go over $15, you can also add Super Hot and Moss to that. The bundle represents an incredible savings on a number of games, and as of writing, this is from Upload VR, more than 70,000 bundle purchases have been made, and the bundle has also cleared $1 million in total payments.
What?
And that money goes to good causes.
Charity.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
It is awesome.
Nice.
The VR community is strong, dude. But then, what an amazing deal.
What a deal. What a deal.
It's
That
crazy.
was nuts. I couldn't believe that when I saw that.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? And we said it before. Buying the PC is the expensive bit. I think the headsets are a reasonable cost. I don't think, especially with the Rift S and stuff, and then you got the Quest.
Yeah, apart from the Cosmos.
I don't even want to talk.
You have to decide. You have to decide which one.
I was watching. Tested's got a video out at the moment using the faceplate.
Yeah.
Which
faceplate?
Whatever the one is, so you can use the Vive trackers and stuff.
Yeah, the satellites. Okay, the Extreme Edition or something.
Well, something like that. So he's got this faceplate sent to him, and I'm sure he said the plate on its own is $200.
Yeah.
Which kind of then makes it all, I think, $799. Is that right?
Well, no, it depends on which version you get first of all.
So let's just say you bought the standard Vive Cosmos, and then bought the
You buy
Play.
the standard, the Play one. That doesn't come with the other trackers, the satellites that you need to track it.
Yeah.
So you then have to go buy those, and they're another couple of £100 by themselves. And then you buy the face plate on top of that, which is another couple of £100.
Yep.
So that's £400 on top of your £600. So you're still going to be playing £900 even then.
And do you know the best bit,
Buy
right?
a bloody Valve Index or buy an Oculus
done.
Rift S and buy
Yeah.
lots of games.
He
Exactly.
The funny thing is as well, like in this particular video, he says the controllers that come with it don't track very well up close,
Oh,
nearsighted.
yeah, I forgot. You'd also need to get the old style Vive ones or the Knuckles as well.
That's correct.
So
Yeah.
you're talking another couple of hundred. So instead of the 900 like the Valve, you're actually talking over 1,000, which is more than the Valve.
And he recommends the Index controllers. So you're pretty much basically making it a bit pointless in my mind. Because I think if you've invested that much, it depends, isn't it? It's like one of those situations. You bought the Cosmos, and you're like, is it one of those? If I'm going through hell, do I just keep going? And I'm like, do you know, I want to just throw money at this thing to make it what I want, or do you just go sell it and then
Your losses.
It's I'd hate to be in that position.
And get a PSVR instead.
Yes. Eric Hartley, how are you doing? Who have I missed? Delirium, the VR Realm, welcome. How you doing, man? I don't know if Buck's in the chat, but if anyone hasn't checked out Buck's channel, the other day, did you see it?
I know what you're going to say.
It was awesome. He played Pistol Whipped in mixed reality on a on a bike.
Yes.
Oh, it was...
On a bike?
Yeah, just on a...
He had like a, exercise bike.
Yeah, it was superb, man.
So the feet going along the floor in time with the speed that he travels at.
It
and
was
he's
awesome. I was laughing. I was having a bit of a crap day, I think, and when I watched it, because the best bit is at the beginning where he says something like, he's got his hand on his hip on the bike, and he goes, "Hello, everybody. You've seen Pistol Whip before, but you haven't seen it quite like this." You know what I mean? And I was like, this is epic. Just for those 20 seconds, I was like, this is amazing. So
there's no preamble or anything. He's just straight into it.
Yeah.
On a bike.
It made me laugh, man.
It
brought tears to my eyes. It was awesome. Boy Brown, how you doing? I'm sure we said hello to Tasnik. How you doing, my friend? Who else have we got? Have I missed anyone, guys? Spirit Realm.
Nocturnal Wolf.
Nice.
DJ.
Nice.
Solve.
Fartist, how you doing?
Dan Hardstaff.
Adrian Belzar. I bet his wife loves it. Who else we got? Sebastian. How you doing? Nice. Caridian. Nice, guys. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you. Sorry about the video earlier. Basically, if you've got a VPN and you're a live streamer, turn it off. Because what was happening was my internet was just all over the place. And Salsa then tells me afterwards that I can invest in ones that are for live streamers. So, yeah, mental. Oh, we got the Preacher Play. We got the Preacher Plays. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Preacher as well. Wow, Preach.
Preach. He works for Ubisoft as an animator and won't tell you any secrets about anything.
Oh, he's tight-lipped.
He is. So, let's quickly talk about everyone in the chat. What have you been playing this week? Guys, let's go with Salsa first. What have you been playing, dude?
I've been playing a couple of things. So we've got Jar Wars, which we mentioned last week, which is free to play.
Yeah, I never got around to playing it, unfortunately.
You didn't?
And it's free, isn't it?
It's actually fun. Yeah, it's free. It's free on Steam VR. It's a little 2-on-2, 1v1, free for all. You're a brain in the jar, and you've got to kill the other brains in jars.
Yeah.
Sounds simple enough.
It does.
And to do this, you've got lightsabers, little lasers, you've got big fudgy hands, you've got all sorts. So it's good fun, though I have to say it's like a out of jar teleportation system.
That I don't understand that.
Basically,
it's really simple, GT. It's out of jar experience.
Yeah, out of jar.
What do you get? Basically, you point and instead of just going straight to the point, your jar starts to move and you can see the liquid going around in the jar, and you watch your jar until it gets to the point, or you press a button
Sounds like Bravo.
and then it'll zoom you into the point
Sounds like Bravo.
while you're still firing at the same time. So it's a little bit odd, but it kind of works.
Okay.
But what do you want for free?
Exactly. Yeah.
It seems pretty good fun. So other than Jar Wars, another little cheap one was Vikib. How do you say it? Vikubb, which is like a Norse Viking game. It's like a throwing game. So you can do like multiplayer, 1v1 or offline. And it's got pretty simple rules once you get into it. I'm not a boy with how the whole thing goes.
Nice.
But throwing game, the throwing mechanics work, nice graphics, and it's under £3.
It's quite interesting you mentioned throwing mechanics, because I think with like a bow and arrow game or any game like that, there is a point where if it's not right, it can just kill it. So
exactly.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I mean, as a game, this game was basically an old Viking game that was pretty much made to get Vikings used to throwing knives at things.
Oh, right. Nice. Okay.
So you have like these things, there's a king, there's a court, and you have to get rid of the people that's protecting the king on the opposite side by throwing your knives into them to knock them over. And then the end, when there's nobody protecting the king, you get to kill the king.
Sweet.
But you also throw other things up and to protect the king and stuff like that. But it works. They got the throw mechanic really quite good. Under £3. Go take a look. Hopefully I might stream that at some point as well.
That was another thing I was going to say, and I don't know if I actually got it out because I had so many things going on in my head. I've only been home from work for a little while. Was that even though initially the layout cost for PC, I think it's because you mentioned the Cosmos, it just went off track, was that actually software is cheaper in general. You can get a lot for your money. So
yeah, you can.
Through Steam.
Yeah, well, through Steam, there's a lot of offers on PC.
Actually, Oculus is proven a lot better now than it used to be.
Right.
I mean, they're doing doing lots and lots of regular sales now, which they never were. Don't get me wrong, Steam still crushes it in terms of sales, but it's good to see Oculus starting to make headway there as well.
Yeah, sweet. So what have you been playing in Nat this week?
Well, feeling a little bit better, thankfully.
You look better, dude. You look better.
Yeah, but I've had nothing but issues on a technical side. But I have managed to play some games. I actually played a little bit of Doctor Who, whatever the bloody subtitle of that bloody
Edge
game
of
is.
Time.
The Edge of
That's the
Time,
one. And I actually got past the puzzle this time.
Yeah.
So I'm not just literally freaking
Woo!
the hell out. And then I got to the second puzzle and I got peed off again.
Oh.
But
Call him a quitter.
I figured that one out as well, actually. So
Nice.
so I played a little bit of that. It's okay. I've also played Stormlands. Got back to playing that. I know we'll get into it. One of the I didn't think I was going to have a lot of luck playing anything on Oculus this week because my headset is version 13. My PC was version 14. And in the past, that's actually meant that you can't use the Oculus Link. However, with Oculus Link 14 on the PC, as long as you're only one version out, you can still use beta. You'll just get a message pop up from time to time letting you know you need to update your Quest headset at some point. But at least you can actually use it. I also want to point out, I saw Tasnik in the comments talking about some of the games he's played. One of the games he played was The American Dream. And I will say that is the most boring game I have ever played.
I remember The
terrible.
American Dream, dude. I remember that.
It's just so bad. It's just, I think I got to the point of it and during my stream, and I was just like, I can't take this anymore. It's so boring.
I didn't mind it. I thought
I was like, I'd prefer a bad game over this. You know, a good game, a bad.
What was you
game.
playing it on? I was playing it on PSVR at the time.
I was playing it on PlayStation VR, but I was just like, the developer actually gave me a key as well, so I didn't want to slate it. But I was just like, this is so boring. Nothing's happening. it's just, I could take you to this bit. The first bit, I was kind of like, oh, well, this is clever. They're being a little bit,
You go through the stages of
Yeah,
being
but
like a baby, don't you, to like an adult or something,
yeah,
and then
but
you
it's
date.
just like after a while, it was like, oh my God, that is terrible. So I just couldn't handle it. I had to tell the people on my stream, I was just like, I got to end this, or else I'm going to end myself. Yeah,
Stream.
it's that bad.
Yeah, sweet man. So, get to the chopper. What have you been playing?
I've been playing basically nothing because I messed up my neck and my back.
My neck and my back.
My neck and my back. So I didn't really get to play anything. The only thing I played was Freediver Triton Down.
Nice, because someone in the chat
Yeah.
asked about how they find it, so that'd be brilliant to lead into. So yeah.
Yeah, so I got it on the Quest and I got the PSVR, but I thought I'd give it on the PSVR so I could do a stream of it. And I quite enjoyed it. I found it a bit frustrating at times because at the start I was just swimming around aimlessly, not knowing have a clue what I was doing. And I don't know, I didn't get that sense that I thought I was going to get of that. Straight away I thought before I played it, I thought I was going to get tons of claustrophobia. The graphics were going to be top notch. Maybe I hyped it up a bit too much in my head. To be
Did
honest,
you hold your breath?
I did not hold my breath. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe that's what the issue was.
You wasn't panicked enough.
I wasn't panicked enough. There was some bits when I was a bit like, when it was getting really tense and your breath's running out and you're looking around. But there were some bits I was just stuck on for ages.
Yeah.
Which sounds really dumb. But extended the playtime because I know the playtime is pretty short on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I live streamed it. I've done it in an hour and 15.
But
maybe.
You've done the extended version though. They've got the extended, but they've changed some of the parts out.
That is something I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
That extended.
I heard somebody's. I can't remember where I read it, but somebody was saying that they've wrecked the game with some of the changes that they made. That it's actually not as immersive as it was on the Rift version.
I mean, to be honest, it felt like exactly the same game, right? I mean, obviously, there's a graphical downgrade on the Quest. I don't know why people think there won't be. There will be. It looks fantastic on PC. There's no two ways about it. If you've got a PC and a Quest, and you said to me which version would you get, I would say get the PC all day long. It is next level. It is amazing. But on the Quest, like most games, you play them, you're in there, you forget about that kind of stuff. You're just in the gameplay. Why? And basically, this is my beef with it a little bit. It doesn't support cross-buy. There's no cross-buy on that game, and the reason is because it's the extended edition. So they're saying because it's a new version, it's not cross-buy. I could not tell you the difference. Honestly,
I know at the very start your puzzle point was completely different because you had different things to do right at the first part from what I saw. So there was different things that you had to find that wasn't in the
2 keys or the 3 keys.
The 3 keys. You only had to get like one on the original one.
Yeah, but come on. I mean, what is that? It? An extra cave?
2 more keys. Jesus.
So that was 2 more keys in that bit, and that actual lock mechanic in that way was different.
Yeah.
Past that, I don't know.
I couldn't see anything. Like when it finished, I was gutted. I was like, this seems exactly the same game. And I'm not saying I remember it perfectly, but
it's a shame because I mean,
I was just going to quickly say, I noticed on the PC version, I don't know if it's Steam or if it's an Oculus exclusive, but the PC version is on sale at like £3.50.
Yeah, they took 50% off it at the launch of the Quest. So yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm not slamming it that hard because of that as well. They said that at the same time they come on the Quest, they knocked 50% off on the Oculus Store for the PC version. That's cool, but I still think they could have gone. I mean,
I know on the PC version, what I did like a lot about the PC version was when you're underwater and you got like the shimmering lights and stuff like that, and the submersion, the actual feeling of submersion on the PC version was really good.
It's outstanding. Like I couldn't believe it when I played it. But as I was trying to say, I still got the same feeling from it. I still enjoyed it. I still felt panic. I still needed to try and remember where the oxygen was in a certain room. But I mean, what was your playthrough time, Danish? Because obviously you never played it before, so.
To be honest, I didn't even finish it. I think I went about an hour. And this was the thing. I got stuck on that. Most of my playtime was that first bloody free key section because I felt the swimming was really slow.
Yeah.
And I was cramming my arms like a nutcase, and I was not moving. I was like, "What is going on?" I was holding the triggers. I know I'm doing it right, and I found that if I had my hands further back and then push back, which was a completely weird, surreal experience, that was working better for me. And I spent probably half an hour just trying to find those bloody keys. So them saying that they've added them, and us going, "No, that's not that much, really." It actually added about 50% more game time for me personally.
That's the extended edition. You get lost.
That is the extended. You get lost more. Once I found the first one, I was like, "Oh right, I got it now. I know what to do." But you kind of just go, "I'll go down here. Oh, there's it," and it doesn't tell you anything else. It just goes down here. I'm like, "All right." And I tried to grab hold of that rope, and it didn't work. I was like, "Okay, I don't know if I'm supposed to or not." So I tried and swim down. That took ages. Then I found a door, and I was like, "All right, I got it now." Let me go around and search for these keys, and I got them all right. But I ended my stream when I got to a bit. I feel like the game was glitched because I checked afterwards, and there's a bit where you go up through like a ventilation shaft or an elevator shaft, sorry, and you're supposed to go between two like grates. There's like one in the ceiling, one on the bottom.
Right.
You're supposed to squeeze between them. And I saw the gap, and I was like, "All right, let me get through." And it wasn't going through, so I was like, "It must be something else." But when I checked someone else's video, they went through that bit, and that's how they progressed the story. So
okay,
I don't know what was happening there. So that's why I kind of ended it. So I think I got like 80% of the way through the game.
Yeah,
which is obviously not a lot when it's like an hour long, really. But
no, but I'm pretty sure when I first played it, it was a good 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So I think that's really the actual length of the game. It's a 2-hour game. You know, that's how I see it personally.
Yeah, you got to flounder around a bit, haven't you? So,
but regardless of all that, I think it's an amazing experience of virtual reality. I really do. I loved it, especially on PC. It's incredible. But if you haven't got a Quest, I still say pick it up. I think it's really good. And you also, as you just heard, it's 2 hours long. You've got a 2-hour refund policy, so you might be able to smash it out and get rid of it again.
But that's a bit of a cruel one. But what isn't cruel is that we almost got that $2 from South Memphis there. So
man, thank you ever so much. Cheers, dude. Thank you. Why has that not come through on there? Then what have I done? What have I turned off?
I don't know, but it's there. Thank you.
It's there. Thank you, man. It's because I've got my other chat on top. South Memphis. Thank you, dude. Cheers. What did I play quickly? Let's run through. Danish, did you finish saying what you played?
Yeah, that was it. That was
cool.
it. That was
that's cool,
what I
man.
managed to play.
Because of the neck thing, use trampoline injured.
Is that what happened?
I was epic trampoline fail. I wish I could get. I need to go back and get the CCTV because I went arse overhead and I rolled and bounced about 4 times across 4 different trampolines. There's lucky there was no kids in the way because they would have been dead.
What was you trying to perform?
That would have been it.
What stunt?
I was just running after my little one. This was at the end of the session where I even bounced around.
You've had a good time. Let's leave.
Time.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to leave. I was like, all right, let's just do one last thing. And he was running across and I was running across, thinking I was more athletic than I was. And the thing is, with these trampolines is that normally if you land, you brace yourself, right? On these, you brace yourself, you spring off. You can't stop the momentum.
Yep.
But it's hard to get that mentality. So I was just like, boom. And then I just went across a bunch of things and then my neck and my back. My neck's still a little bit iffy now, but
yeah,
it's ridiculous.
That's crazy, dude. I nearly broke into a story about a time I ruined a place where children played by like breaking a light and stuff, but there's no point going into that. So let's have a look. What did I play this week? I checked out the Room VR, a Dark Matter, which I think is coming to everything that's coming to PlayStation VR.
End of March.
Seems that way, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was actually well, it's good really. We didn't have much of a conversation, me and the developer, but it was like an early look edition. So literally you do like the main area and then one sort of area of a puzzle and then it just stopped. But from what I played, it was amazing, and it is, I think, technically my first person VR escape room experience. I'm pretty sure. But I would.
Well, you done Labyrinth though?
Have I?
Did you do Lost Labyrinth? Labyrinth.
You'd have to tell me because
the one with the little girl. Where
I didn't finish it. The Last Labyrinth.
Last Labyrinth.
I think it's called the Last Labyrinth. Yeah, with the little. That is horrific.
Yeah, but you still played that.
I did play it. It didn't. I think. How can I explain? Like, Mrs. GT loves escape rooms. Yeah. So I think like being in first person, because the Last Labyrinth is like you're strapped to a chair, and you're making her do things, and like I think you're right, fella.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You all right?
I'm good.
It was bad wording.
He's got carry on sense of humour.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he loves a sausage, and yeah, so it was good. It was really good. I loved it, and I really hope. I look forward to checking out more. And I didn't know, but now I know that there is a series, a flat version of the series called The Room, and
Yeah,
there's
they're
like,
pretty popular, I think.
yeah, I didn't know that. I'd never heard of them before. What else? I did an interview with the Dreadhalls developer to talk about Cosmophobia's upcoming game. Very excited about that. Chucked a bit of GTA 5 in there on the mix. Then I've done, Free Diver, Alien Isolation. I don't know how close I am to finishing that. I thought I was close, but I don't know. I think I'm about halfway. And then Art Plunge was the first video of the week for £1.69. That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I saw that. That was nuts, man.
That was nuts. That was pretty incredible.
How much was that?
£1.69.
Because that's really cool. Because there's another thing that came out about art and museums as well, which is Museum of Other Realities.
Okay, what do you know about it, dude?
It's basically all VR based art. So what you did is real world paintings and historic things and putting you inside those. And the Museum of Other Realities is current artists' VR work, and they're
I wonder if Rosie's
animated
Rosie is in there.
Yeah, Rosie is in there.
Mate, I've got to jump in ASAP.
But that one is £15.49 on Steam, or if you're on Viveport Infinity, then you get that for free on the Infinity part. But yeah, just totally different from, you never know what you're going to get. And I think they're just going to add to it as more artists make things.
Nice. So let's jump over in the chat. Madman's been playing Lone Echo. DJ and the Preacher were on No Man's Sky.
Yep.
Delirium.
We've got one.
Oh, sorry.
Automobilista 2, which I was playing earlier.
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted to mention it, but go on.
Yeah, no, it's fine to mention it. We can mention it.
We can mention it.
It's early access. If people want to get early access to it, they can. But it's like $100 for the early access.
Sorry, how much?
$100. And that's a discount.
Did you pay that?
Yeah. That's a discount.
Salsa be rolling, man. He'd be rolling.
Hey.
That is a discount. You got to remember, this is Automobilista is, a lot of people are going, oh my god, we want this.
Right, hold on.
This is going to come out at the same time.
Let me get a bloody trailer for this. What the hell?
I've got to see what this is.
Yeah, definitely.
I put a link to it for you already in
one day ago. Hold on, there's someone who's made a video on it. Can't watch that though.
I'd like to thank you
No,
for giving.
there is a link in the Twitter.
Oh, is there? Right, cool, man. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Twitter.
Hunt it down.
But basically, it's playing well. It's built on the same engine as Project Cars 2. It's in VR. It's got more consistent, better steering.
Is it a pure VR game? It's not like a converted game.
No, it's
made for VR.
Mixed. You can do flat, and
right.
it's a full-on sim.
Okay.
So it's sort of like, it's not Project Cars 2. You know, Project Cars 2. It's not. It's kind of in between that. It's got better feeling of Project Cars 2. I mean, same engine, but they're more consistent on how they do the cars. They get you closer to the edge, where you have that feeling where you're at the steering wheel and you go off or whatever. I was doing some like Formula One cars earlier, and I was on the track, and it was just like
nice.
And I was going white with the
cool.
fear.
That's good.
It was just that good.
Nice.
It was yes.
Right, okay, so I'm going to play a full screen trailer of this. I hope there's no copyright music, but you guys cannot talk while it's on, because the desktop music is the same music, I believe. So. And there we have the trailer. So, I did manage to get us to talk behind the scenes, and I did say that I wasn't that impressed by the graphics. It looked okay. It looked okay. It didn't look anything we haven't got. Can I say that?
I know it doesn't there, but when you're in it, it really good. Like I said, I was in Monaco in a stupidly powerful car going down there, and I was literally went blank with the fear of being right next to the wall with the speed coming in, and I know there's a chicane coming up and I know I need to get on those brakes, but there's a guy in behind you, you can see him in the mirrors, and the entire thing, and you come out of the tunnel, the bright light hits you, you can see the ships, you come into the chicane, you're coming back round down it, and you've got the whole city building up around it. And it just works.
It sounds incredible. The way when you put it all like that, it sounds amazing. Mrs. GC says £100 is crazy, and Midlife says, "What is going to be different about this racer then, Salsa?"
Well, it's more about the feel of it, because if you have something like Project Cars is notorious for that some cars you can't tell when they're going to flip out and snap out on you.
Right.
And it's really hard to get them so they don't.
I love the fact you hold your steering wheel while talking about the racing car game. I'm racing now.
Dramatic moments.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm about to say something. Big.
But it's basically that they get the consistency. So Riser, they really do drill down the feeling of more consistency. So when, for instance, Project Cars, the end of your car, the back end, is just going to swap out on you. It's just going to go. This, you feel it a little bit more.
Right.
So you can catch a little bit more. So you start to drive a little bit more on the edge. And it tries to keep you on that edge a lot more of the time. So it's not quite as realistic as iRacing, but it's kind of still got an arcade edge to it. So it's got like a little bit of the Gran Turismo type of fiber in there, a little bit of Assetto Corsa's sort of finer grain control in there, and then it's a little bit of its own little magic.
Is there a demo?
There isn't a demo at the moment because it is in beta, and the full
there is
release,
for £100, GT.
There is for £100.
So hold on. So you're in the
For
beta. You're in the
$100,
you're in the beta for £100.
Yeah, yeah. But when it releases, I get the full game.
I don't get it, man.
DLC.
I'm like, what the hell? It's just like, what? You're saving for a house. You said you were saving for a house, and you.
I am. But that's the whole game, and it's the DLC that'll come later, and it's the season pass on top of that. Now, these Sims,
I guess that ain't too. It's future. It's a future.
Crazy.
It's a future-proof pack, basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the pack that I've bought, if I'm to buy that when it comes out, as it comes out, I'm going to be looking at $200 odd rather than $100.
You'll be the only person on the track, mate.
No, you won't. I mean, because if you take something like,
well, who's the mug now? I paid £100.
Well, you know, if you put it, somebody put it to me, why would you ever bother doing a VR race game? Why would you ever do that? And I went, well, to get an actual race car, that's sort of like you're spending like so many hundreds and everything on a steering wheel, this, that, the other. And the answer is, if you want to do it for real, it can cost you, well, a GT3 series, £3 million a season.
I get like, don't listen, mate. You get it. I love VR and I love racing. I love racing. I don't play a lot of them because of the setup thing, but I love racing games and I especially love them in VR. But
they do cost.
I'd need to play this game. I'd need to play this game before I pay for it.
Yeah, I get that, but this is the one that everybody's been wanting to play, and I've been wondering why.
Yeah, what? Yeah,
So
and you're telling me why?
know.
All the heart and the love and the lights and All right. Yeah.
Salsa is a gambling man. He wondered, he was intrigued, slapped down 100 notes.
Of course, it's beta, so it's
The comments are quality.
You know,
I'd love to see
beta,
if
so I
JD
can
was
see
by
the
this.
problems. But JD is probably playing that now. That's probably why he isn't in chat.
Okay, so
to be honest, I think I saw his name on the playing list earlier.
I can't go back far enough. I don't think I've missed out on some chat now. So VR Realm was playing 08 Shape and Free Diver. I was about to read out someone else's. They played O Shape. Be interested to hear what you guys think of it. Also, Madman, if you're still here, if you can let me know your thoughts on Lone Echo, because that's a game a lot of us love. Tasnik has been checking out 08 Shape, Lone Echo, The American Dream. That's quite funny that he actually mentioned that earlier. VR Basement, how you doing, man? He's been playing a lot of GTA 5 with Real Mod by Luke Ross. Nice dude, nice plug there for him as well. Where are we now? So a few people said Moss because it was the 2-year anniversary, I believe, of that game. And someone asked about, I don't know if it was last week. Someone might have been on Friday. I've done a bit of a random live chat. Someone asked about Moss. Is it any good? What do you guys think of Moss?
I think it's superb.
Brilliant.
Souse in the dark. What do you reckon? Dark Souser.
Moss. What? Sorry, I lost it. I was reading some people's
game.
Not the stuff on your path or around your house. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Moss. Obviously, it's one of my favourite all-time games.
Nice. Dude.
I can't put it any simpler. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it is.
I want Chapter 2. Come on, Chapter 2.
Book 2. Book 2, not Chapter 2. It'd be Book 2.
Book 2.
Book 2.
Get it
Excellent.
right, Salsa.
Sorry.
God.
I'm trying to catch up. Has anyone seen Madman's comment? Has he commented back yet? I pay full price for Ace Combat. Dude, that game, I saw it in our local game store for 75 quid, I think it was.
Ooh.
For Ace Combat.
Do you know what it was in Aussie dollars?
It is amazing. Go on.
The standard version was like 115 Aussie dollars.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I was
Sounds
like, what? It's like 75 quid, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, it is amazing though. It is amazing. The graphics are amazing, and I thought the game was amazing. It's just a shame it just stopped. So midlife, GT, invite yourself around Sousa's house. When he gets his new house, I will go round and I will play some racing games for sure. And if he doesn't have a pot of salsa and tortilla chips there, I will be pissed.
There will be tortilla chips. There will be salsa. There will be.
I want to put salsa in my mouth.
There will be salsa. It'll be both hot and some
steamy
hot, and of course maybe something else to go with that dip as well.
Sweet as a blueberry muffin.
Yeah, it will be a case of when I do get the new place, I'll be able to have a permanent setup for the driving, so I'll be able to do that more, and a permanent place for the flying, and a permanent place to just do freestanding. So, you know, driving, flying, and room scale VR.
Free dedicated VR rooms.
Oh, Madman put, I did answer GC. Sorry, mate. The chat was moving, and I've got it on like a separate thing so I can see everyone in case anyone messages on Facebook and stuff. He's put, I really like it. Fizz is great graphically. It is very good. It is superb, Lone Echo, and I can't wait. You can probably see why everyone's hyped for the second one, especially that bit when you're in the ship and the shutters go up. And you see the space, and you see like the moon.
Oh, Lone Echo.
Yeah, or the sun, or whatever it is. Oh, dude, I was like, wow, this looks incredible. And you can actually, when you're pressed up against the glass,
face plant. That's what I did when the first one, those windows open, you just go boom. Oh my God, there's Saturn.
Absolutely, man. So before I move on to the news, let's get to the chopper quickly, dude. Let's talk about your channel quickly. Let's talk about why you do what you do, and what got you into it.
Well, basically, now I think I joined the community probably about July 2018. So I'd saved up loads of dosh, right? So I'm struggling parent, never have any money. It's literally birthday and Christmas money, like a child. That's my expendable income. So I'd saved up loads of dosh, and I was thinking about getting some more tattoos. And then randomly on New Year's Eve, I don't know what it was. I don't know if I saw an advert or what it was. and I was like, I need to go get myself a PSVR right now. I need to go out and get one. I can't remember what it was.
It was the calling, dude. The VR gods.
Something told me. So I went out that day, and then I went out. I think I went to Curry's or something. Got the PSVR for like 350 quid. No games or anything with it. No moves. It's fairly pricey. Got it home, and then I was playing PSVR Worlds, and I was like, this is insane. Love this to bits. I was completely blown away by that shark game, the Scavenger's Odyssey.
Yeah.
I think I played a few London Heist. I was like, this is insane. This is it. This is what I've been waiting for my whole life. And then straight away, I just had an insane passion for it. And I think like similar to you, GT, I'd almost fallen a little bit out of love with gaming. Like it was getting a little bit stale, a little bit stagnant. I was seeing the same things over and over again. You know, open world, 400 hours, but no real context to it, no substance to these games. And then VR kind of changed all that. So I looked around Facebook, and I was like, where can I talk to people that know about VR? Because none of my friends did, none of my family did, no one knew what VR was. They was like, what is this product? So I was like, right, I've got to find some other people. So on Facebook, and then I think it was PSVR owners was the first group I joined, and then I saw people doing some videos, doing yourself, GT, and I checked a few out, and I started to manage to catch some of your streams. I think the first one I caught was the Mega Drive one.
Oh yeah,
absolutely mental.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Like, yeah, man, let's get it. And I was like, oh, Mega Drive, and I was also hyped for that as well. And then I think, and then I got to know you. I got to know Jimeth Jamath, who doesn't really pop around too much, but he's a lovely bloke. He used to be a very strong member of the community, and he's still doing all right. He's just busy with his life. But yeah, and it was. I was like, man, I really want to do this. I wanted to do something with YouTube for years, but like I said, gaming's become a bit stagnant. Didn't know what to do. And then VR just had such a passion for it that I had to do something. And then I saw you streaming. It seemed like such a laugh. I joined some community days. We played Rec Room and stuff like that, which, apart from the 5 million kids that usually frequent there, scream their heads off.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. And then, Jimmy was just like, go for it, man, go for it. So I started streaming, and that was predominantly what I did. For a long time, was just streaming PSVR. Then I tried to do some edited videos, all that sort of rubbish.
Just to say though, like we was talking about it earlier, weren't we, before we went live, about how easy it is to stream on a PlayStation.
Exactly, man. It's literally press a button. And as soon as I knew that, I didn't even know the share button existed before I started chatting to everyone. I was like, oh, GT, how you do it? He was like, click a button, mate. I was like, no. Where's your capture card and PC? And back then, that wasn't a thing, right? It was just, click a button and you go. And it was so simple. Well, I've got to give it a go. I think the first thing I streamed was Electronauts. And it's really cringeworthy, but I haven't deleted it. I've left it up just to remind myself how cringeworthy it was.
What, you was being a DJ? Was you a DJ?
Yeah,
man. Why was it cringy? Why is it? Oh, it is nerve wracking.
I think I was whispering for a start because I didn't know how loud to be. I didn't know what to say. So, and I was like, oh man, come on. And as after a little while, you start to come out your shell a little bit, and you get a bit used to it. It's just like you're just talking to yourself, really. And then, then it went from there. And then after a while, I was like, man, the Oculus Quest looks sick. I'd love to jump into all the PC VR stuff, but no dinero. And then, as luck would have it, I won an Oculus Quest.
I can't believe that. I couldn't. I thought you was lying to me when you told me. I was like, no way, he won.
I couldn't believe.
How did you win it, and where from?
Shock. It was literally a Twitter competition, and I feel really bad now. I can't remember what it was. It's of some people who do some kind of like fancy locomotion tech for VR. I can't remember, free motion, something like that. Free V. Oh, I can't remember. No, I'm not going to remember that.
You can't remember?
I can't even remember. I just saw the Quest, and it was all
the better one. It's actually the better one. There's like, they look round circles, and they're wireless ones. That's all I can tell you. They look a bit like the O-shaped logo as well, actually.
Yeah, exactly, man. And then, so they did a Twitter thing like you do, like retweet this, and then you get entered all this sort of stuff.
You never think you're going to win, do you? Unless you're Christopher Hart, who isn't here today. Christopher Hart wins everything all the time on Twitter.
Well, if it's keys dropping Decepticons on it like that, man. He's got the nose out for that, and he's boom on it.
Yeah, he can smell the code.
Yeah, he knows it. He's Neo. He's one with the code.
I was going to say he's part of the Matrix.
He is, man. He knows it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was just simple click retweet, and I went, oh, retweet. And normally I don't even bother. I'm like, I can't even bother. As silly as that sounds, I'm like, I can't even bother. But I was like, I'll click retweet, and then forgot all about it. And then got a DM from them, like, I don't know, a few weeks later, and I was like, oh, maybe they're trying to talk to me about VR stuff. I was like, why would they? They're like commercial business, locomotion, treadmills, and all this sort of stuff. And I was like, all right. There's like, So I was like, hi Chopper, guess what? And I was like, well, what? I had no idea. And I was like, you won. And I was like, they're going to tell me I've won a Quest game. Because I saw Radio G developers were on the chat, this little DM as well. And I was like,
That's worse.
The game, and I'm going to have to tell them I can't play it.
Yeah.
I was like, I immediately got, I was like really annoyed. And then it was like, you've won the Quest. And I was like, no way, no.
Mate.
And I was triple checking. I was like, someone's hacked this account. They were messing me about, and I didn't believe it for so long.
Yeah.
And then I think I end up, I actually streamed. Was it Blood and Truth? You know, the DJ and the music rhythm thing.
Yeah.
I was about to stream it like about 5 minutes before I got that message, and I was like, oh man. So on that stream, I'm like buzzing, I'm jumping around. I'm so hyped. And I'm trying to talk about Blood and Truth, and every now and then I'm like, I just want a Quest, man. I just want a Quest.
Yeah.
And I was so hyped about it. And then, it got there really quick. I got the 128 gig as well.
Sure.
And then just got a bunch of games for it. And yeah, I think it's amazing.
So obviously you were, that's quite similar to me, really. I went from solid PSVR to the Quest. And I know you've played the best games on PSVR, I believe, the library.
Yeah.
Is there any games in particular you feel you should have played on PlayStation that you might not have yet?
I don't know, to be honest.
You got No Man's Sky. I know you played that. Resident Evil 7. Obviously, you must have done that. Yeah.
Yeah. Super hot. All those.
I'm pretty.
Truth, obviously.
I'm pretty sure you
have.
have.
There's any ones on PSVR I've missed out on. I mean, there's a few ones I've decided not to play. But I don't think any massive ones really.
And how are you feeling about the Quest? Because obviously the question always comes out, and I don't want to put you on the spot. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, because it's awkward sometimes. A lot of people ask what to buy. Do I buy PSVR or do I buy the Quest? And we basically boiled it down to, if you got a PlayStation, go with the PSVR. It makes sense. But a lot of people, would you recommend the Quest? How do you feel about it? Like, because a lot of people, you wouldn't believe the comments I get, dude, about it's almost hatred for it. It's underpowered. It's rubbish. Why are you telling people to buy it? Like,
yeah, man. It's so weird because I think I know what like what we do. I was like thinking I should do a comparison video, and I was like, this is so hard to compare the two because even though they're both entry level, they're both really, really different. Like for the PSVR, I would say the biggest thing it's got going for it is the fact that it's got the library of top quality games. It's got Sony backing it, chucking stuff at it. You got like Resident Evil, that sort of Blood and Truth, No Man's Sky, Astrobot, all this sort of stuff can go on the PSVR. It can't really go on the Quest.
Yeah.
But that freedom, and I know saying it like I sound like an idiot because I know when everyone else said it, freedom. I was like, oh, shut up, you idiots. You're not Braveheart. You're not Mel Gibson. It's nothing to do.
Look at me spinning! Yeah!
It is so bonkers though, but soon as you can sit on the floor if you want, you can walk around a bit, you can do what you want. There is no, you're out, you're tracking. You got your guardian zone you can set up, but
so that's something I was gonna.
To do it. It's crazy.
I was going to say to you about Freediver. Now, some people said to me they're not going to get it on the PSVR. They're going to get it on the Quest, even though it does. Apparently, it looks better on the PSVR, mostly because of the water effects. But that's not in the water, obviously, because there's no real water effects in the water. You're just in the water.
Correct.
Do you still get a shimmery thing or not? Then, so you get the light shimmer when you look up at the surface of the water.
Not really. And I looked at some PSVR videos. I couldn't see it there either. But I mean, to be fair, on a video, I couldn't really see the difference actually between the two. But I've heard there is. But the one thing I heard is the camera comes up. You're constantly in the game. If you slightly go out of a certain area, the camera icon will pop up, which is kind of immersion breaking, I think.
I had no idea what it was for a while. I was like, what is going on? What is that stupid thing that keeps popping up? I was like, is my oxygen running out? And I was like, no, it's fine. I thought it was an in-game kind of pop-up, but no, you're right. It's the camera,
right?
Which I didn't really get because I wasn't moseying about my living room. I must have been out by like an inch or something silly like that because I had made a pretty big play space. But
yeah.
So
I mean, you basically love both, obviously, by the sounds of it. But I know you're definitely loving the Quest.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the PSVR, like I said, it can have better graphics sometimes, and it's got the better library. It's obviously got the aim controller as well, which is a massive thing, but it's massive to a point because, like, I think you guys talked about before as well, and a lot of people talk about that. There was a slew of like good aim games coming out, and then it just completely pitted off. Everyone went, "Oh, I'm not bothered about the aim now."
It peaked at Firewall. And then just
Yeah, Firewall can have the aim, and we don't care about anything else. Whereas you've got the likes of Farpoint, which was an amazing sci-fi solo story. More people could have done stuff like that, and they didn't really. I mean, obviously, Borderlands brought in the aim support, which is really cool. But you wanted a kind of another game focus on it, really, but it didn't really ever come about.
Yeah.
No, we're waiting
when you
on
compare the
Sniper
two-
Elite. So
Yeah, Sniper
Yeah,
Elite
it's-
is the next one.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
which
talking to
is
someone at work
really
about that.
good.
I was talking to someone about work about it, and you know, like most people, I think in a way at the moment nothing's happening on PlayStation, and they're fast with tech. They're like, nothing's happening. I'm going to sell that and get that. I'm going to sell that and get that. They're not. They don't really have any like feelings. Do you know what I mean? They're like, I ain't doing nothing. Bosh, I ain't doing nothing. But you know what I mean? But I was like, dude, you need to hold on to it because Iron Man. And he said he got Firewall as well, and he hadn't played it yet because it was free last month on PS Plus. And I was like, dude, it supports the aim controller, check it out, and hold on to the aim controller for Sniper Elite. So, you know, I wouldn't get rid of my PlayStation VR at all, ever.
No.
But
No.
Well, I'll get rid of it when PlayStation VR 2 comes along. So
same, and it'd be worth about a tenner, probably.
Yeah.
Exactly. You won't get much
I think
for it.
I think I might just, since you're all getting rid of yours, I'm going to sort of like put mine in some something to seal it up so that it doesn't get degraded. So in another 15 years, it'll be worth an absolute fortune.
A giant empty salsa jar. That'd be awesome.
Exactly.
That's what.
Exactly.
Perfect.
A piece of history.
Nice, dude. Who we got loads of comments in the chat, and I want to read them. So, some people were actually starting a comment, which is really nice, about their first experiences. So, Delirium put Ultra Wings of all games pushed me to buy PSVR. But that's an excellent game.
Very good one.
That's an
By the
excellent
way,
game.
I think what might have been Cat VR that was the one, possibly.
No, it wasn't
Cat VR logo. Then
let me
the
have a
other
quick
one
check.
is Walkover.
Yeah, because I've heard them. They're a big thing. I think. Well, no, it's not actually. It's not them. I got the company wrong. There's a company on the rise that I've seen recently where they sort of sell you the bike or whatever, or the treadmill. You take it home and then you basically attend the classes online with their stuff. But I don't think it's VR, which would be really cool if it was.
It's Feel Free. Feel Free.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool, man. 128 gig as well.
Well, because they got like 80,000 followers themselves, and I think it was only like 200 people retweeted it.
Yeah.
It was enough.
That's
so
the
I
way
had really
that
good
happens.
odds.
People tend to go, oh, I can't be bothered. I'm not going to win that.
Or I'm not going to win.
And there you go. You did, and you did.
I retweet a lot of them to hope my followers retweet it. But it's weird enough. You think later on there could be a chance I could win as well because I kind of entered at the same time.
Never know. Maybe Chopper can enter one to win a VR ready PC.
Yeah, man.
Really
Follow Scan Computers, man. Jump on Scan Computers, and there's a couple of others. I should start doing it as well. Actually, even Nvidia. I think sometimes do the odd giveaway and stuff. I think they were doing a Cyberpunk 2077 graphics card.
Graphics card, yeah. They're only making like 200 of them.
28, the 2080.
I'd win one though. I'd win one and have nothing to plug it into, so I'd just be sitting there.
Well, you can send it my way, and I can plug it in as a second one.
Or you can sell it and
send it to me.
You can sell it to a CD Projekt Red fan and buy your PC.
I'm your best mate. Yeah, so I'm your best friend. So yeah, who else we got?
No subliminals.
Dark said the menu screen on PSVR Worlds blew his mind. That was amazing. Do you remember that with the ball? And it changed for the.
Yes,
sorry.
Did you put your head into the actual water one?
Don't know. No, maybe not.
If you put your head into the water one and blow, you can see the bubbles.
No way.
Serious?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I
never knew that.
Realise that.
I was headbutting the bullets a lot in Blood and Truth.
Well, if you put your head into the water one and blow, you'll produce bubbles.
Salsa, I immediately want you to do a 1 hour video of you saying, "Did you know this about PSVR?" and just that.
Oof.
You blowing bubbles for an hour.
That's awesome.
I think people sometimes forget how revolutionary PlayStation VR actually was. Because it's definitely a case that VR wouldn't be in the state it was now without Sony supporting PlayStation VR.
I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be doing this.
Well,
Most
I
people
mean,
wouldn't.
yeah, you talk about sort of like the PS Worlds. I mean, the thing that actually blew me away was the Playroom that they gave away free.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Because
that's really great.
the first thing that they did with Playroom, because one of the big complaints I always heard about VR, because the game that got me was Battlezone. Yeah, that's the game I saw at a pre-show before PlayStation VR came out, and it wasn't really Battlezone. It was just I could see the possibilities. It was like I can see what is possible, and those things are starting to come to fruition. But when I played Playroom, what kind of got me was the big complaint you had from people is, oh, VR is going to be, excluding people because you're going to be in the VR headset and that's
true.
it.
Yeah.
But what Playroom did so well is it got people outside of the headset involved, but also in a meaningful way. Like the thing with the cowboy, where you're trying to guess the guy and somebody's like screaming out to you, he's got a moustache and he's got a eye patch on his right eye for you to shoot him. And then obviously what became Astrobot with the little bots and stuff, where obviously you're in the headset and you're the monster, like that. It's fun. And obviously somebody's with the DualShock 4 controller playing the little bots.
The fact they added the social screen done it to me. Like, it was obviously to me they were aware that you're going to have an audience, possibly, or you're going to be sitting there with a family wanting to share it and wanting to play it and go, what am I seeing? Like, the Quest, you can do that with, obviously, but...
Well, it was the opposite there, wasn't it, though? Because the social screen doesn't show what the player is seeing. It shows a different image. It's a different image.
Yeah.
It's the other side.
So yes. No, you're right. Yeah.
And the person in VR is reacting, and they can see, well, I'm trying to do this to this person, and that person's moved, and I can see they've moved there and done that. And
like Black Hat Cooperative is that kind of game. Someone on the outside, or what was the other one where the bomb diffuser one? What's the bomb diffuser one?
Carlina Reaper one, yeah.
I haven't played Carlina Reaper. What's the bomb diffuser one? Nobody, everyone talks.
Everybody keeps talking and nobody explodes.
That one.
It's brilliant.
We played it, me and Mrs. GT. I don't think she's still in the chat. We fell out in like 15, 20 minutes. It did not work out at all because I'm in there getting stressed. Yeah, I've got the bomb. She hasn't. I'm about to blow up, and I'm like, which wire is it? She's like, hold on a minute. She was really good, and to be fair, like any other game, it gets harder and harder, and it comes to a point where we weren't working out, and I died, and I was like, I ain't doing this. You know what I mean? I'm not, So, and it was one of those kids, do you think you could do any better? And I think I was terrible. So, it's one of them. But, like thinking back, that was thoughtful. It was it was quite ahead of the time, really, wasn't it?
Well, I always find it interesting, like when people did say and still do say that VR's isolating, because they said, oh, you can't have your mate round and play next to him. But in this day and age, how often does that really happen anyway with flat phones either? Most people play stuff online, and VR is amazing. It's even more inclusive online because you've got like a full-bodied avatar.
Yeah.
You can see your character, your hands waving about, all that sort of stuff. So I always found that, it was a bit of a misstatement really, because it was like, oh, it's isolating. I was like, well, how often? And I remember questioning some people. I was like, well, how often do you get your mates round or family round to play next to you? And it's like, oh, no, never. I always play online. I was like, so what? That doesn't make any sense.
There is a difference. I always feel like if I meet someone in virtuality, I feel like I've met them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like,
It's that thing where you can actually do the, a high five or fist bump or shake someone's hand. And you get the haptics on your hand, and you can see that, and you've got still that whole physical sensation.
It's weird, even though everyone looks like Terence and Phillip in Rec Room. It's for some reason I feel like they look like that person a little bit. It's really quite strange.
Almost recognise them.
Yeah.
And stuff, like different hand movements and stuff.
It's so weird. It's very hard to explain. And I've only been to one rave in Rec Room, but it was unforgettable. And I need to do another one. It was.
They did a bunch of them, didn't they? I missed out on all of them because of the timing, but there was a slew of them that all happened at once.
It was fantastic. Okay, how are we doing? Zombie, how you doing? Skippy, you all right, guys? There was some comments I wanted to read out, and I bloody went past them. 1 second, guys. Oh, Mick said his first experience of VR was the kitchen demo. Dude, that is hardcore.
That is a.
How did he survive? Did he say? That would have killed me first one.
I don't know. On
I
it,
had to take the headset off.
Anyone that played on my PlayStation VR, I had a few people come around and play PlayStation VR. That was the first thing I got them to play. I didn't let them off. In fact, I had one person who refused to come around and play on PlayStation VR because I said, first thing you're going to play, it's only going to take you a couple of minutes, is a kitchen demo. I explained what it was. He goes, no, I ain't playing it.
well,
So it's like a culinary course.
I think he knew what it was anyway. I was just, it's a bit like Resident Evil.
Oni K's, that is excellent. His first VR experience was Dactyl Nightmare. I know South will know what that is. Do you guys know what Dactyl Nightmare is?
I played Dactyl Nightmare. That was actually my second experience was Dactyl Nightmare. My first one was they had a car game as well. Yeah. Like a buggy game. And I played that and then Dactyl Nightmare afterwards.
Because South he looks young, but he's actually a boomer. I think.
I'm not a boomer.
You are a boomer.
I'd actually loaded and actually have bought my first house by now instead of trying to buy my first house.
Captain Boomer. So yeah, Dactyl Nightmare. I basically made a video on it ages ago, but you can download it again off Oculus and basically relive a field of view of 60 degrees. It cuts your headset down 60 degrees and a frame rate of something like 12. Or something like that in VR, and it's crazy, dude. It's crazy to get to experience that.
And that pterodactyl actually lifts you up in the air and drops you.
Yeah, so the video I made, I included the news story of the guy, and it's actually kind of like they've done a bit of mixed reality back then, because he falls and he goes, "Oh my god," and he gets out of it. He's all, you know what I mean? He's like, he felt really sick, and it was, it was massive, and it was funny. It was funny to see how people. It
was so well made, that video.
Reacted. Did you ever see that one I did of that news portal playing F-Zero? Did you ever see that when I put that on Twitter and Instagram?
Yeah.
I was just laughing about it. Right, who else
I wish Sony had put out the God of War concept that they did, that Yoshida played. Just even as a sort of like, this is just a little bit of a throwaway thing, but especially when they released the new God of War game, it'd have just been so cool staying there as Kratos holding the Blades of Chaos.
Oh yeah, man, that'd have been absolutely savage. Someone's mentioned Alien Breed. That was amazing on Amiga. That was absolutely amazing. So let's cut into right. But when I say this, you can't talk. Some VR news. Hell yeah! And Danish had the pose ready. Yes, that's it. He had his news reader. That's it. Cool.
The bits.
Okay, so apparently Oculus Quest update 14, which I haven't got at the moment. I don't know if you guys have got 14 yet on your Quest.
I've got 14 on the desktop. I didn't have the Oculus one, so can confirm that it is working one step out, because that's what I was playing Auto Mobilist 2 on.
Anne has said that VR Boomers is a great YouTube channel name. Great Tantrum says Virtual Boomer. Brandon says V-Rumor. Paradise. I didn't see this. Yeah, they're loving it. They love South. Mate, you got to change.
I cannot change. I cannot change. That can't be done.
The day you start wearing 2 monocles is the day you change your name.
The day I start wearing 2 monocles.
Yeah.
No.
And carry a stopwatch. Hello. I am VR Boomer. I'm VR Boomer.
I am VR Boomer. Welcome to my virtual reality.
I paid £100 for a racing game.
That's cheap.
I've never played before.
Here's another £100 for your eyes.
Yeah, money. I've got something in my ear. I'm going to use this money to clean my ears with.
It's not like I go out there and do iRacing, which costs you like every month, and then when you want to buy one car is like 50 quid for a car.
No. Yeah, JD has been trying to sell me iRacing for ages. You serious?
It's sort of like, what is it, 7-8 quid a month?
Shut up. Yeah, that ain't too bad though, is it? 7-8 quid a month.
That's 8 quid a month, and then you have to buy the tracks separately, and then you buy the cars separately as well.
JD has not told me all this stuff.
And the cars tend to be about the same price as some complete VR games.
That's nuts, man.
That's because this is sim racing and they go into serious detail on this stuff. This is stuff where you know they're racing and you're going to spend, 10, 20, 30 hours just practicing a track for a race.
Right.
So they spend it. It's the same on like the flying games. For a single plane, you can be spending up to £60 for the one plane, but they model every single function of that plane down to each single switch in it.
I'll send them some paper airplanes if you can point me in the direction of these wealthy plane aficionados. I'll send them some
They're
planes.
all over the place, but if you compare that to how much it costs to fly a real plane, you can say, okay, I can fly 1 hour in a real single prop plane for 250 quid, or I can fly an F-16 for 50 quid for however long I like.
Yeah, I didn't hear a word of that. I was gutted. I was too busy messing
without
around with
any
this crappy
G-force.
thing. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was just messing around with this bloody animation. I was trying to find it because basically, for people who are on PlayStation, I do apologise. There isn't much PlayStation news. There is only a slight update about. Someone mentioned it in the chat earlier. Not Warzone. Don't want to talk about that. Nat, pretend I didn't say Warzone. What is that other game? There's a shooter coming out. I've played. Oh God, what is it got? I can see the title screen. It's yellow. It's
Zero
gone.
Caliber?
No, Zero Caliber. They were saying the
Zero
PlayStation
Caliber.
VR version is coming along great. So that's awesome to know. But Oculus Quest update.
On the way.
Yeah, man. Yeah. They need a shooter because an Alvo. Yeah. So is it being a bit quiet on that Alvo?
They sporadic on Twitter.
Jesus, 2 years ago, wasn't it? They turned around and they were asking people to sign up for a beta. That was 2 years
they ran out of
ago,
money,
wasn't
didn't they?
it?
Basically,
I was just gonna say, yeah. I heard it froze and then started again.
And I think they suddenly got a random backer that's flood life back into the project, and they started to become a bit more active. But they're still really, really sporadic with their information.
Yeah, just say, Brandon, see, it was worth me getting that image right. It was all over the place. So, Oculus Quest Update 14 enables microphone when using the Oculus Link. Boom. That's what I just wanted to get out of that. That's all that was. So, next up, we're going to take a quick look at a game that we was all talking about before we went live, which is called Lies Beneath. So, let's roll that trailer.
Oh.
And Boy Brown just put, this is his most anticipated game and he hasn't got PC VR. Well, you just saw it's for the Quest, dude. And it's coming to the Quest first. Which I was like, sure, that is going to grab some headlines. It looks fantastic. So I think it was March 31st, it said.
Yeah, and April 14th for the PC version.
And South Memphis again with the $1.99.
Thank you ever so much, sir. Thank you. I think I missed a super chat earlier. I did say thank you, but I didn't actually get to say it out loud. Thank you. Thank you ever so much for all your donations. Some of you are channel members as well. So,
Thank you, South Memphis. You're great.
Celebrity thanking. If you had your mask on, that'd have been...
Bring it out later.
Okay, so So, Lies Beneath is by, I think it's Drifter, which done the
Gun Heart.
Robo Recall as well,
Yep.
Quest version.
Port. Yeah.
Yeah.
It did.
Built for the Quest, Lies Beneath is a single-player survival horror game with a heavy dose of action. Something's gone horribly wrong in the cold, lonely town of Slumber, Alaska. Now returning, college student May must fight to save her father and her insanity from the terrifying townsfolk and creepy creatures infecting her hometown. Experience a living comic book full of frightful scenarios as you uncover the secrets of Slumber and May's forgotten past. That sounds savage to me.
GT, do you want to put the video in the middle as well, so it's on repeat?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it does look incredible. I mean, it looks like a living comic book, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the art style is absolutely superb. So
it's going to be one of these timeless classic, I think.
yeah, you can get if you can get like Super Hot will, you know, it's got a certain art style to Super Hot, so it doesn't age. Same with Pistol Whip again. That's another game that's, you know,
same with Borderlands.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, that kind of graphical style really does work well in VR because it doesn't seem to push. That realism is what normally pushes the graphics to like low textures and, you know, anti-aliasing and all that sort of stuff. Whereas when it's kind of cartoony, it does really look nice and crisp and clear.
Do you remind it?
It look wicked.
Do you remind anyone of 13? Do you remember 13?
It reminds me of Sin, actually. Reminds me a lot of.
I got a little bit of a Bioshock type vibe from it, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it also reminds me a bit of Borderlands. Borderlands goes a bit cel-shaded, but this looks really detailed in places. This isn't like Borderlands is cel-shaded, but there is detail in there. But this looks really detailed in places if you watch that trailer closely. The fact it's built for the Quest and then forwarded up to PC VR, I think this is going to be a superbly performing title on Oculus Quest. I think
Agreed.
It's great. I think it's going to be good.
Well, I can't think of too many horror games that the Quest has. You know, high quality ones. So,
Exorcist, I think, is on there.
I love this trailer, dude. I really do. I think it looks absolutely fantastic.
It's really good.
As soon as this come out, man, I was like straight on the keyboard. I was like, must learn more, must find out. So yeah.
To get clarity on it, so there was something that popped up, Welcome Home, from Drifter, which is the same developers, and then like 2 days later, this popped up. So I'm not sure myself. I've not looked further into it. Are these two different games? Are they the same game with different names?
As far as I'm aware, they're different games. I'll quickly check the Welcome Home bit.
It'd be very, very weird to announce two kind of horror games like at the same time. I don't know what happened there. Something's gone a bit odd.
What they said? So they tweeted out. What did they say that again, mate? Sorry.
It was. I can't remember if it's. I can't remember. I saw it pop up somewhere, but there was a trailer for Welcome Home, and I didn't actually watch it. But it said Welcome Home.
No, Welcome Home for Oculus Quest teaser trailer revealed.
Mm-hmm. Is it this trailer though? Have they messed up the name or changed the name or something? That's what I'm wondering.
So I'm looking.
Well, it says in the storyline, now returning college student May must fight to save her father in her own town, infecting her hometown. So
maybe it's a name for the trailer or something. Welcome Home trailer, but not the actual name of the game.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe, dude.
But
no, it does look a little bit different. The teaser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it still looks creepy, and oh no, hold on, it's just changed. No, it's the same game.
Okay, cool. I was really confused for a minute. I was like, they're knocking out 2 horror games in the space of a couple of days. Lunatics. That's a crazy stealth drop, isn't it?
This madness?
You got people screaming like, "Please stop it, my pockets."
Website slumberalaska.com.
Nice.
Which is what you just said the thing was.
Just to go back, I don't think if we touched on Space Channel 5, did anyone here play Space Channel 5, and did anyone in the chat play Space Channel 5? Because when it came out, it was 10% off, and there's also a demo, which I didn't know about. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Apparently there's a demo. I don't know if it's in every region store.
It's on the NA store, as far as I know.
Oh, right. Why is it? It's still always that bloody NA EU store thing, which happened to Freediver, I believe.
Yes.
It's been delayed by a week or something. It was meant to come out 2 days afterwards, and it's been delayed by a week. So
yeah. Yes, Onikazi. I was going to say Mad World with colour. That's what it reminded me of as well.
Mad World on the Wii.
Oh, the old Wii
Yeah.
game, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was quality actually.
It is still reminding me of the comic book scene set for, obviously this is color. If you put that black and white and red, I'd be like, that is sin.
Yeah.
Same, just the line work, how detailed all these thin lines are and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It gives me that same sort of dark, real darkness vibe. Like it's gonna be absolutely sickness.
You are so down with the kids, Salsa, you boomer.
Hyper Boomer. So
there is a demo. I've just gone onto PlayStation, and there is actually a demo for Space Channel 5 VR. Kind of funky news on PlayStation VR.
So I'm looking. I'm waiting for the chat to either write they've played it or just none of them have played it. Dark said he had it on the Dreamcast. I knew of its existence. I think everyone did, but it just Parappa the Rapper for me was like the ultimate kind of game like that.
That was wicked.
Space Channel, I knew of it. I knew what it was, but I just wasn't interested. And then
Comparing it to all the other rhythm games we've got, I mean, I don't know how you can top the array of ones we've already got, to be honest. When you've got O-Shape that uses your whole body, you've got Beat Saber, obviously the sabers, you've got Audica that uses guns, you've got a bunch of hybrid other ones, and you've got this where
Synth Raiders
does
does
for 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on that in a minute.
Synth Raiders, so he's going to jump on that in a minute. Okay, I thought you
man.
would do.
I haven't missed that for sure, and I actually did play it for a little while to check it out. So what we got? So yeah, Brandon, I'm glad you said that, dude. Boy Brown said it's less than an hour long. Apparently, there is a full playthrough on YouTube in 44 minutes, and I'm imagining the guy introduced himself. He's going to ask you to subscribe and like, and maybe ask you to do it a few more times. So he's probably shorter than 44 minutes. So I'm like, dude, that isn't good because. Nat, how much is this game?
Just having a look now. I on the American store I know it's $40. The UK store, as you said, it's got 10% off. It's $36.99. Normally it's $33.29 at the moment.
Boom.
And it's 1.6 gigs.
Go and buy it.
Jesus.
Jesus.
It's nuts when you compare that to Blood and Truth, Beat Saber, Astro Bot. I mean,
I keep on saying it with this type of game, though. You've got to remember who its target audience is. Its target audience is not generally us. Its target audience is Japanese pop idol liking people that will have their glow sticks ready to go to a concert, to stand with a load of other people doing exactly the same movements, and they will dedicate themselves to that one pop idol group and go to everything they go to. And it's that same mentality, and they'll buy albums 2-3 times just because it's their idol group, and that's who it's aimed at.
See, Anne says, I would like to play this game so much, but I don't have a PSVR, unfortunately. Still need to find a Dutchie to see whether or not I have to buy it next to my Rift S.
Right. There we go. Oh, Jokic soothed me as well. Frank Miller should make a VR game, Dark Knight and Sin City. Well, we seen that trailer earlier. That is why it looks a lot like SimCity and SimCity in other ways.
I don't know how you'd work Sin City into a game.
Dark. Yeah. So, the next thing was Bullet Sorrow. I haven't played it on PC, but I heard PlayStation. These are two games that come out on PlayStation. Unfortunately, I just haven't got the money to... And I wasn't that interested, to be honest, to buy them. But Bullet Sorrow, the name, I'm like, oh, Bullet Sorrow. That sounds pretty cool.
Sounds cool.
And then I checked it out, and there's Christopher Hart, the man who wins everything on Twitter. How you doing? Imagine that I was just doing a giveaway right then, and he just pops up.
He's just like, boom.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Radar's a bit off.
Yeah, so Bullet Sorrow, and then I heard it was not very good, and they stripped away a lot of stuff for the PlayStation version, and it was not cheap. It was another game that I think lost a bit. Is that true? Does anyone know much about this?
No. And it's not one that's really making me excited. Iron Man, excited for. Sniper Elite, excited for. But Bullet Zorro?
No. So randomly jumping in. Guy Odin rebuilt the wireless streaming feature on Oculus Quest for Oculus Quest owners to use PC VR games to play from their computer using virtual desktop. The new update adds the ability to stream native Oculus Rift games without needing Revive or Steam VR. Godin notes you should have the Oculus PC software installed on your PC for the new method to work. There's also a Games tab in VR to launch Oculus and Steam games, as well as improved tracking, smoothness, and latency. I have used Virtual Desktop. As I've already said before, me personally, I don't really use the Link. I either use the Quest or the PC VR. Yeah, I test things on the Link, personally. But I have used Virtual Desktop, and last time I used it, it was really good. And now I've heard it's got a lot better. Oculus GameCat and Artful in the Discord seem to be like virtual desktop masters, and they're like using shadow PCs and stuff to do, check this stuff out. And they swear by it, dude. They don't use the link cable. You know what I mean? They use virtual desktop. So I don't know if you guys have checked this out or tried it or.
I don't literally because I don't have a 5 gigahertz network in here. So if you don't have a 5 gigahertz network, then I wouldn't go near it.
Right, okay. So yeah, there's another bit of news in case anyone needs to know that. Also, Facebook acquired Sanzaru Games, the developer behind Asgard's Wrath.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. What other games did they make, guys?
Ripcoil,
Marvel.
they did that, and Marvel Powers United, and there's another game they did, some sort of like sports title. I can't remember.
So I played Marvel. And I never made a video on it, and I'll tell you why. Because I played it, it looked amazing, but I just wasn't that wowed by it.
It didn't play well.
No, it felt like a bit of a missed opportunity.
Most of the reviews said that, didn't they? Especially sort of like this, Spider-Man stays on the floor and stuff like that. So,
well, no, he teleports.
Yeah, but he doesn't web swing, does he? So
he doesn't web swing exactly. Doesn't web swing, and you're right. It felt like a total missed opportunity, so I didn't buy it either. But Asgard's Wrath was a different story in completely.
I need to actually play this game and finish it. In fact, I feel like starting it all over again because it's one of those games that I feel like I've been away long enough. That...
I need to find this other cog. I'm missing a cog. Damn it.
Yeah. Damn. He's missing a cog, guys. Can anyone find the cog for him?
Somebody find a cog and probably my marbles at the same time.
Eileen Cara says desktop is better. Virtual desktop, no cord. I beat Boneworks on my Quest using virtual desktop. So yeah,
that's nice.
That's pretty cool, man. Brandon, what would be perfect? The latest virtual desktop was nearly flawless. So yeah, I know a lot of people who just don't use the link cable. They just use virtual desktop. So that's cool, and then you've got your freedom back, because as we said before, the best thing about the Quest is the fact it's untethered, and you can
freedom.
That's the one. I'm not going to spin around in my chair again, but if anyone wants to see that, they can rewind a video. So yeah, what do we think about Facebook buying? They bought Beat Games, they bought Sanzaru. I'm not sure what else they own currently. I did it
next.
Oh right, I expected them to do Insomniac before PlayStation did. Personally, but
no, look at the amount of money that Sony had to pay for Insomniac, and also Insomniac have got a long track record with Sony, so that makes perfect sense.
There are people, I think, Insomniac, you said, they didn't realise they weren't a Sony-owned house.
A lot of people didn't realise until Insomniac made what was that game they made for EA that bombed? Fuse.
Right.
They made that, and that was the first time that people realised that they weren't owned by Sony. It's like Quantic Dream. Everyone has assumed that they're owned by Sony, and they're not.
Right.
And now they have actually gone full third party.
Ah.
Because that's why you've got on the Epic Games Store, you can now get Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, and Detroit Become Human.
Detroit. Nice. Oh yeah, Sunset Overdrive VR Realm. That was wicked. I was like a day one Xbox One owner. I loved it. I thought the actual launch titles on Xbox One were fantastic. I loved it. I think it's one of the best launch titles, like lineup ever. To be honest, Rise, I think so, pretty sure Sunset was on there. Maybe it wasn't, but I remember Rise. There was Forza 5, I think. What else was there? Dead Rising. And yeah, like I'd obviously, I think they then done a little bit of Titanfall a little bit later on. And I thought the console was actually amazing, and then it just stopped. It was so strange. It just
Well, Sunset Overdrive is actually owned by Insomniac, so even though Sony can't bring out, do a port of Sunset Overdrive, if they want to, they can do Sunset Overdrive 2. Although if I was them and did want to do that, and sort of like Insomniac said we want to do a follow-up to Sunset Overdrive, I wouldn't call it Sunset Overdrive 2. I'd call it, Sunset Overdrive, and then give it a subtitle, like a bit like the Marvel films. I think the Marvel films have been really clever with their sequels. Like, the only films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that have actually had sequel numbers are the Iron Mans. Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3. But then you go to something like Thor, and it's Thor the Dark World, or Ragnarok. They've never actually done a number. And I think that's actually a very specific reason for that. Because if you hear a film, Thor Ragnarok, you might not know there's been another 2 Thor films. If you saw Thor 3, you'll be like, well, I ain't seen the other 2. I ain't going to bother with that. Even though you look at the trailer and go, oh, that looks friggin' awesome. If it's just Thor Ragnarok, you're thinking, oh man, that film looks really cool. I'm going to go and see it. You don't need to know anything about the previous film. So I think that's really cool by that. So I think you might actually see that a little bit more in games now, that they'll start, actually utilizing that. So yeah, like I say, it wouldn't surprise me because Insomniac have said that they would like to go back to Sunset Overdrive. But it wouldn't surprise me if they say, "Oh, Sunset Overdrive, Rise of, the monsters."
One of the strange things about
Rise of the.
I can't bloody remember what the bloody freaks were called in Sunset Overdrive.
No, I thought it was funny.
If you can remember.
No, it's just funny. Like that would be your default thing, wouldn't it? Like you'd be sitting in a meeting. What are we going to call this? Rise of the monsters.
Rise of the goo.
Go on, guys. Well done. That's it.
Rise of the onion flavoured monsters.
Yeah, could do.
Tony's actually put in there that Resistance Co-op was really good. All 3 Resistance games were
I am
super
kind
good.
of.
VR Realm said that as well. VR. Bring them back. Bring them back.
I want them in VR. It just is a no-brainer to bring the Resistance package back as a VR package, similar to what they did with Wipeout and Maker Collection.
Yeah,
it would look amazing. Yeah. And such crazy weapons.
Next up on the news, Synth Riders got multiplayer support. And one thing I didn't know, but now I know, is that it enables cross-platform multiplayer as well. And you can create private and public lobbies for up to 5 players. I did check it out on the Quest. One thing I noticed was if you lost, because most people will go on there and they're playing extreme mode or whatever, they're going to play the hardest mode straight away. And I guess you would do if you're clicking multiplayer. You basically get like 3 strikes. You're done. Do you know what I mean? If you make 3 incorrect hits or whatever, or misses, you're done. And then it threw me out of the lobby. And I was like, that's a shame. It'd be pretty cool if you could either listen to the other player doing all right, or just keep, because what you can do is you're playing it, you'll see 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and you'll see your position you're in to how you're doing to them. It'd just be nice to go back to the same lobby and then crack on. But maybe there's been an update. I think there was. Maybe something's changed. I'm not sure. But how do you guys feel about Synth Riders? Because obviously I absolutely love it.
It's one that I find is really quick, and I don't have quite enough space sometimes. But I may change that soon. I think it's good that it's got a multiplayer, but I think it's the first one to actually bring the proper multiplayer to the the rhythm game stuff, really, isn't it?
Yeah, Beat Saber.
Yeah, and Beat Saber actually did have Beat Saber had a multiplayer mod that was a player-created mod. They actually hired the guy who built the mod, but they still haven't brought it out, which is very odd.
Nice. Okay, I love Synth Riders. I love it.
I wonder if they're waiting to do something a bit special with that, the multiplayer and Beat Saber. They probably want to do something a little bit extra.
Well, yeah, I mean, one of the headlines I read was Synth Riders have beat Saber to multiplayer, and I was quite surprised that they that had happened. To be honest, because as you
Mm.
know, sort of Beat Saber is the biggest named game out there.
Yeah.
It is, but I mean, it's the other thing that someone came back. I was watching Buck earlier, where he did the multiplayer on Synth Riders, and had 5 people in there, different things going on. He's looking at where the change has gone up, but it's got different types of tracks. And somebody was kept on going on about how Beat Saber is the best, and I was like, yeah, but it caters for other people with different games and different movements and what
It's
people
very different.
like is. Yeah, it's a very different way of playing. And it has a big stretch of music, and there's a lot of it as a
Yes.
default. So it makes it really good value for money. Adding that multiplayer, that live multiplayer element to it,
Sure.
really is cool. If there was a no fail mode on that as well, so no matter what, maybe you was carrying on just to see what happens, so you get your score cuts off, you still play along. If that was in like a location base, you can imagine at like the different conferences of them going, right, here's your person there in front of their screen, all 5 people going at it at the same time, making a rhythm dance thing going on. People would look. And thank you, Shats, for the crispy $5.
Oh, thank you, Shats. Cheers, man. My bloody warning things aren't coming up today, which I
Thank
basically
you,
put.
Chats. You're amazing. Thank you
wow,
for the
the deep feed-
donation.
Ooh.
The guys appreciate it so much. Good night.
Who
The
was
deep
that?
fake-
Who was
That
that?
was suddenly deep faked.
Who was that?
Straight away,
Celebrity.
boom. How did that happen?
Someone hijacked the
Wow.
channel, man.
Wow. That's my Owen Wilson impression.
You've been
Wow.
hijacked by
Wow.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
It was amazing. And the reason I've put To The Top in the center of the screen currently is that To The Top was refused on Oculus Quest Store.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Not happy about
Crazy.
that. But it is on SideQuest.
Selling
And
nicely.
yeah, in its first week, it sold 500 copies at $15 each. Which, I mean, SideQuest is also is still ever growing. Some people
Yes.
it's weird. You still, if you make a SideQuest video, you've still got to mention how to do it, where to get it,
Yep.
blah, 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 blah,
Yep.
because some people, you know, you still need a computer to do what you got to do with it, you know. But I still think.
However,
Go on.
Sorry, I was just going to say, you only need a potato because this laptop is a bit of a potato, and I've managed to get SideQuest running on it.
Yeah, it's just a program. It doesn't need any
You
graphical
literally need
prowess.
anything that's a PC,
Yeah,
laptop,
it's just
anything.
to load
Super
stuff
easy.
off.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Super
all
easy.
SideQuest does is say, here's the download, and I've put it to your Quest
Yeah, man.
and made it work.
Well, it
like the
isn't
magic
just,
sauce that it is.
It isn't just the sales that they've got. They've because they were or are planning a sequel to the
Mm.
top, and they've literally turned around and said because of what's happened with SideQuest, they're going full steam ahead now with the sequel. They don't
Nice.
care. They don't care if Facebook turn around and say we're not allowing the sequel to the top to come to
I'm
Oculus Quest, because they're just like, well, okay, we'll just, you know, we've done really well with Itch.io, and they're most probably actually making more money per sale copy.
I don't SideQuest take. I'm sure I saw a tweet.
SideQuest, yeah, don't.
And you don't take
They
anything.
don't take anything.
Well, no, it's
I don't know
like
about Itch, though.
SideQuest
but
is Itch.io.
it's Itch.io.
Itch.io
Because
is where
you
you
buy it on Itch.io and then you load it with
I
SideQuest.
still think if I was a developer, I'd give SideQuest some money for that. Do you know what I mean? Did we thank Shats for the
Well, no,
donation?
yes.
Yeah. Oh,
it
it's
is.
cool, man. Thank you.
Well, they can't because then Oculus would probably go after them.
What
yeah,
if
it's
you
big.
donated some money? If a developer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they've got like
I hope they do.
PayPal and a Patreon and stuff on.
Yeah,
on SideQuest,
you
don't
got to do something like that because that's
Yeah.
just like that's. At the end of the day, I seriously think, regardless, To The Top 2 will come to Quest Store, and I
It's not
think
going to be to the top 2. To the top, Rise of the Limbs. That's what it's going to be.
To the top rise of the limbs.
I love it. I love it. That's that's
I'm
a little.
messaging them now.
Yeah.
Sold.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and if you haven't played To The Top, definitely check it out. I know it's going to be on everyone's channel here. It's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, the VR Realm. Yeah, Crysis VR V Brigade was rejected too. Sort of knew that was going to happen. That one, I wasn't surprised when I read that. I kind of felt like I knew about
The
that
dev
before.
actually
But...
gave that away free, didn't they, on SideQuest? That's
Yeah.
they
they
haven't
did.
charged for that. So, but
They
then
got
they've
tons of
got
sales.
yeah, they got the second one coming, and they're most probably thinking, oh well, we'll be able to get it on for the second one. We'll make our money back there.
Yeah.
I think it's the most downloaded game through SideQuest, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crysis Brigade.
Really?
Yeah, the developer announced that. So
it's high quality. There's no ways about it. But then to the top, dude. Like same again. Like this is a top-notch game that is well worth your money.
Yeah, the only thing it's missing, I believe, is the multiplayer in it.
Yeah, and I don't think they can fix that until it gets on the store. I don't think you can have multiplayer on the Quest with via
you need
SideQuest.
those servers and that network, didn't you, to connect with the other people?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Pavlov are doing it, so.
That's very true.
Yeah, and I think if you get the SideQuest version or buy it or whatever, there is no real multiplayer option, is there? Because didn't they redesign the menus and stuff on SideQuest?
On which one?
On SideQuest. I haven't played the SideQuest version to the top. I've still got the original.
Oh yeah, you had the original. Yeah.
There's
no multiplayer.
I've got the official Quest version, technically, which has got multiplayer there. I've got that.
It's never been allowed on the store. Yeah.
No, it's never been allowed on the store. Yeah, that's the version I've got, and that's why I won't change it, because at the end of the day we made the video was the day we was going to announce it was coming. It was just crazy. We were like talking, and Dan was like, "Yeah, we'll do this video. It'd be really cool. It'd be cool for my channel. It'd be cool for him because we were getting on because we'd interviewed him before, hadn't we? On another show, and yeah, it was like we was ready to go ahead, and he went, "I've just got an email saying it's been refused," and they were making the game based on the fact that it was going to be a launch title. It was done. It was finished. You know,
it was advertised. Oculus actually advertised it as a launch title, didn't they?
Oh, I don't know.
At one point, no. I thought they did.
No, they've never advertised to the top. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it still makes no sense. I mean, I get what Oculus are going for. They want to have a curated platform. And they're saying it's down to quality, but then you look at some of the crap that's actually managed to get through onto the Oculus Quest store, and you're just like, okay, so you're not letting VR Crysis Brigade come on, you're not letting To The Top come on, but you're saying like VR carts come on. Are you insane?
That pissed me
It doesn't make any sense, does it, at all?
No, because this would actually have a community of Quest players, as we saw on PlayStation. It would have a proper community and possibly like a Reddit page of its own. That's the kind of game this is, because it's all about racing, getting certain times, and I'm pretty. Did it have a custom level builder, or am I making it up?
Not onto the top, no.
No, okay, I'm making that up then. That'd be pretty cool. Just saying. But yeah, either way, it's a fantastic game, and I hope you guys do check it out, because it is
definitely worth it.
Next up, Nvidia is expanding. This is for the PC folk. Its variable rate super sampling VR SS feature by adding support for 5 new apps, which is VR Chat, Budget Cuts 2, Mission Insolvency, The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. Now I'm interested.
Yeah.
Now I'm interested. And Mike from the VR Oasis, he's done some like extensive testing on this. His rig is phenomenal. Yeah, there's no two ways about it. He made a rig for the best rig he could like get, and you know, it didn't make any difference for him performance wise, because the performance is going to be good regardless.
Anyway,
this is for, I guess, for people whose performance isn't that great and they're looking for increasing that performance.
Well, it's also that it can only be used on RTX graphics cards.
Yeah.
Put that in there. So
yeah.
If you've got older GTX cards, no good to you.
That's right. Yeah, so I downloaded the update today for mine on RTX 2070, and I will be checking this out, and I'll probably do a stream using it. It also, the other two games are Doctor Who and PokerStars VR, which we should do a stream of one day, to be fair, because PokerStars is really cool, and I know it's on Quest, and you can like give a donkey a cigar and throw it at people or something. It looks awesome. Yeah.
Dreams come true. So many VR games.
That's what we want.
This is why I've been so invested in VR for so many years, that I want to throw a cigar at a donkey, of course.
That's it, man. That's it. So, and another one,
No.
which I'm hoping this video comes half through. This is going to be an odd-shaped video, so hopefully I can get it to look half decent if I can find it. Let me... Hold on, there we go. Let me change that quickly, because I had to rip this from Reddit, and it came out a bit funny. Sorry,
Okay.
Dane, I covered your face there. Right. What? So, what you're looking at here, and maybe some of you've seen it, is Death Stranding in virtual reality. This guy is trying to bring Death Stranding in VR. King Saren is developing that for the Oculus Quest. And I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, obviously it's early days. He said it's early days. But
I'm surprised he's not waiting for the PC version to come out and then work it from the PC version.
Do you mean like a mod, like Alien and
mod,
GT?
Yeah.
He's making this from the ground up, clearly. This is, you know, all his own work, without a doubt. And yeah, it's early days, but it was just really interesting because, I mean, first of all, I thought, oh, that's a bit of a headline grab. Do you know what I mean? Without a doubt.
Yeah.
But then you can see in some ways it is definitely an early days work in progress video. But the fact he's going for it, I was like, that's pretty cool. You know, that's and SideQuest was straight on it. Straight away, like on Reddit, he went, "If you need us, blah, blah, blah," you know what I mean? And people were like, "Oh, it's SideQuest, the VR gods," you know what I mean? They're almost seen as saviors. See you later, Secrets. Take care, dude.
See you later, dude.
So yeah, man, yeah. But that is all the news I've got currently. What else have we got, guys? You guys got anything?
There's a game that was announced. The trailer looks so-so. If the price is okay on it, it's okay. Hold on, I'm just trying to find.
We're talking about the PlayStation one for next week.
No, this is it's something to do with Chernobyl in the title. I honestly can't remember what it's called.
Oh, not Into the Radius.
No. This is something
Into the
completely
Rectum.
different. Hold on, I'm just seeing if I can find it.
Okay.
I can't remember which website. So
that's cool. Oh, anyway, so what's that game coming out next week, Dane? That we're playing? Separation. What do we know? Do you know much about it?
I don't know a lot about it. It's from Recluse Industries, I think. It's like a one-man dev team, and it's like a game about. I don't know how it's going to come across because it's as far as I know, it's a game about isolation and broad landscapes and you walking about them. I assume there's going to be some puzzles and stuff like that, but it's all to do with. I mean, it's got a bit of a story behind it, and I'm probably going to do a bit of a disservice because I can't remember it all. But effectively, it's to do. The developer started designing the game when he was dealing with the depression from his father's death about like 10 years ago or something.
Wow.
And this kind of came to his mind, and then it's all to do with that. So it's very isolated. I don't know if there's going to be like a score that goes with it, or if it's going to be like deathly silence walking through these landscapes.
That's deep, dude.
They do look impressive, and it does look like it's going to be an experience.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I think I actually played an earlier thing of this.
Yeah,
on PC. There was an earlier alpha build that came out and was pushed to a few people on PC.
Because he doesn't mention it's a PC release at all. It actually sounds like a PSVR only game at the moment, unless it's already on PC and I've not heard of it.
It's not on PC.
No, I think it's a PlayStation VR.
Ooh.
Most probably timed exclusives, I've had to say, because I haven't heard of a PC port of it. By the way, the game is called Agent of Chernobyl. They announced for Oculus Rift. It's coming soon. Graphics are not brilliant, but looks like it might be interesting. Like I say, if as long as it's a cheap enough price, it could be something worth picking up. You get like nasties you got to kill and beasties and things. So.
Oh, cool.
But let's be honest, everything is all based around a little title that is due in a little over 3 weeks.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
What would that be? What could come out in 3 weeks?
Dark's just donated £5. Thank you very much, Dark.
Oh man, I need
sexy beast, Dark.
Towards the Space Channel 5 fund.
No way, really? I can't see that. Why can't I see that?
Good one. That is Dark. I love it.
Have I missed that? How far back was it?
No, it's just popped up now.
Oh, he's just come up now. Sorry, man. Thank you, Dark. Cheers, man. Thank you ever so much. Really appreciate that, dude. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't actually download the bloody trailer for some reason. It's not doing it. But we've moved on now. So yeah, the embargo for Separation, I think, is the 3rd.
Something like that,
I
yes.
think it might be Tuesday.
That rings a bell.
Yeah, so yeah, if anyone, check it out on channels. It's going to be there. I think on the 3rd, we're going for that.
Actually, Paradise Decay has just put in the chat. Anyone releasing a VR game around March 23rd is crazy. It's actually a point to bring up that the Room VR is coming out on March 26th.
It's a whole 3 days. That's fine.
How much is that going to be impacted? I mean, obviously for PlayStation VR users and Quest only users, that's they're not going to be able to use Half-Life Alyx, so that it's a nice title to have. But the PC market, let's be honest, they ain't going for that. They're going to go for Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Great tangent. I'm with you, man. I'm waiting to see what is next from Nvidia. Because to be honest, I'd love a 2080, but then now the 3000s are coming, I'm a bit like, I'm probably going to start putting my pennies away slowly to give it a year's time, because I know the 2070 is going to be good for a little while. But then you don't know where everything's going to go. If they do eye tracking with foveated rendering, then what's that going to do for us with our PCs? Are we going to get a longer life out of them? That's what I'm hoping.
Generally speaking, foveated rendering you usually gain 20%.
20%.
I heard it was 22%.
Yeah, I heard it was 22.8. South.
Could have been.
We can do that.
It could have been.
Do that, South.
It could have been 24.75.
Tech Boomer. Boomer Tech. That's the name of the channel.
That's amazing.
It'd be like that. Boomer Tech. Boomer Tech. You know what I mean?
It does that for about 10 seconds.
Yeah, just like the Flash going past some granddad in a wheelchair. Boomer Tech. That's what I want.
What has happened? Chaos has ensued.
Chaos always ensues. What are you talking about?
True.
Boom Tech. Yeah, no, it's just like that. It's like, what are you talking about? The kids are playing. You know what I mean? I love it.
You can't control these kids.
You can't control them. Brandon, F8 has been cancelled. Yeah, man. GDC delayed, cancelled. COVID-19
Do you think
issue.
that will actually affect Facebook Horizon?
No.
Because I've got a feeling they might have done a big splash on Facebook Horizon at F8.
Yeah, I think they would have.
Because it's a Facebook service, isn't it, rather than an Oculus service, really.
Why don't they just launch it all in Horizons?
Well, because it's beta, isn't it, that they said they're going to launch beta sometime this year. That'd be interesting.
But if they can't launch a physical event, then do it virtually in their virtual event.
Maybe.
It sounds like do that. If we can't go to them, bring them to us.
Exactly. Bring the entire world to your headset. That's
the only issue. The only issue then is that they can't convert non-VR players to VR.
True.
That's what they want. They want to get the
But they're sold out of. But they're sold out of headsets at the moment. So you may as well get the people.
You can't come in anyway. You want a Quest? You want to play VR? Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
No, I think it's still okay for the UK and Europe. I think it's still America.
That's,
the big
it's
thing.
mostly America. Yeah,
Here's an interesting thing. I was just looking through for looking for the Agents of Chernobyl thing. I just come across something that we've missed. I didn't get on with the game, but I know a lot of people did. Is Megalith is coming to the Oculus Rift.
It is.
Oh, Megalith. I read this and I didn't want to give it much attention because
Well, if you're into MOBA,
I was a bit like
Megalith.
No, I didn't mind it. I thought it was good, but do you know what? I only ever played it to stream it. I didn't really play it off stream.
Yeah,
but it's a MOBA, so that's what you do with MOBAs, isn't it? You play them to stream them. That's why League of Legends and Dota 2 and stuff like that is so huge.
Yeah, but not everyone streams, surely.
No, everyone streams those games, man.
Oh, okay.
Their player base is 4 million. There's 4 million streamers at all times.
Yeah.
Dark, where do I get Escape from Tarkov from? Because that game looks bloody savage. And
you get it from the developer. You have to get it directly from the developer's website.
That sounds cool, man. That sounds cool. Yeah, Megalith is actually pretty good. I did enjoy it, but how can I it didn't really do
I
anything
think
wrong
they
either.
got something wrong. They got something wrong in the MMO mix. They didn't do MMO right. They messed up the MMO part of it. It just doesn't work right.
Talk to us, South. Talk to us.
Well,
Give us
you
deets.
can just
Tell us, sweet lips.
charge. You can just charge in. You can't. You don't have to destroy them more strategically. You can just charge through to it easily.
False,
So it
Salsa.
doesn't
I
work.
tried that and I died 400 times in a row.
Danish, didn't we play it?
That's because you charged
did.
wrong.
And we
Yeah.
had some crazy people in the
Yeah,
in
you
the chat with us.
charged wrong.
I
You
can't
needed
remember.
you needed to coordinate your charge. Coordinate your charge and pincer across and just do the jank right. If you get the jank right, then you would have gone straight through.
It was also, I think, the arenas or levels, whatever you want to call them, were very linear.
Too small.
It was a horseshoe. It was a horseshoe.
Yeah, they were perfectly mirrored.
then-
Yeah, it was pretty much.
Yeah, there was nothing much to them. There wasn't that many players to choose from, and I think they learned from that after launch. It's like, oh crap, and they chucked a few more in there. But
I think that's most probably why they're going for the Oculus Rift now, to sort of just generate a little bit more thing. It'd be interesting to see if there's crossplay in it. There's no date for it at the moment, and no announcement about if they're going to do crossplay. But I'd assume that they would try, because at least they've got a few people on PlayStation that will more than likely be playing the game. Like I say, it depends if you're into MOBAs or not. I've tried them. I've never really got into MOBAs.
That's the
There was one. I was into one MOBA in particular, but that actually went now. It was actually by the people that do the Unreal Engine, Epic.
All right.
But it fell through.
Mm.
It's sometimes MOBAs are like this. They come and go. Apart
it's like
from
a
the ones
collapsed
that just
rectum. Just fell through.
I just started away. I don't know what you're talking about.
How do you follow up?
Come on,
I
Seth.
don't know if I've had the word rectum on my channel yet. Have I?
First.
2 years? Over 2 years?
First.
Yeah, mate.
First.
Oh, he's dabbing. Do you know what that
Own
is,
it,
Dab?
man.
Do you know what the dab is?
Own it,
Have you ever
Jota.
seen the dab before? Boomer?
I do this all the time. It's sort of like I always go like, and you can see it on my other video, like there. See?
Nice. JD is here. We were talking about you earlier, dude, like we always do. JD's got a fantastic Twitch
Did you
channel.
see Miss GT's little thing? It's like,
Oh, do you know, it's like the other week I was playing GTA and the
Oh.
chat were like, go to the strip club, go to the strip club. So I went to the strip club. I'm throwing all the readies around at this bird. You know what I mean? And then Mrs. GT pops up in the chat. I was just like, oh no.
It's
Oh,
for
dear.
science.
Yes, it was just experiment. I've never been to a strip club in VR, so it was different, you know? A little dab will do ya. Yeah, it was a good talk,
Paradise
JD.
VR.
What Mrs. GT has said, a dab is how you cough and sneeze without spreading coronavirus. She's right. Yeah, you're not supposed to. Yeah, that's it. You're supposed to sneeze into your elbow. Yeah. What else do we want to talk about quickly? On EKs. Yes, that's exactly it, man. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't play it for fun. That is correct. Yeah. So I had fun while playing it and streaming it, but I'd forget that I had it afterwards. Does that make sense? So I'd promote the game, really enjoy it, have a great time, have a chat, really good laugh, but nothing would draw me back to it a lot. It was very strange. I guess, I don't know. I mean, that makes it more of an arcadey experience more than what type of game it was trying to be. Because
it works well with streaming. It's good to interact and bounce off people. But if you try to play it by yourself, unless you've got some good friends that you want to play it with, it dies pretty quick.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, JD's in the medical profession as well. Wash hands, people. It's the best way to fight COVID. There you go. Oh yeah, it's a dark. Oh, he said what we were talking about: iRacing and $100 racing game. The Bold Self was playing. Was it £100 or $100?
$100.
That's not so bad.
Dollars.
£98 then.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Stay in and play VR for 2 weeks, people. We'll have to see how that
Jesus.
how that goes.
Well, I'm sort of like $100 of gaming typical race game, I'm going to play for hundreds of hours anyway.
Have you seen what JD's put? Fair play to him.
What did he put?
He's put $100 Automobilista versus $400 iRacing service. I'll choose iRacing.
Ooh.
See what I mean?
He just loves iRacing, dude.
Yeah, yeah. But that's because he's going to be dedicated onto it. So you see value in different ways. And it's the same on VR, because a lot of people that don't get VR, they go, where's the value in this? I mean, so much money on a gimmick. But then you go, but I'm in there and I like it and I feel it and
Hang
it's
on.
all good.
Hang
Hang on. Yes, don't you dare.
What? Lovely.
Don't knock the gimmick unless you've tried it.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry guys.
And if you put a lot of time into a game, which the racing side is going to eat up your time, it's good for that.
Yeah, cool.
Anyhow.
Shat says, man, I can't wait for Saints and Sinners PSVR. Now, for some reason, I don't know whether someone made up the story to do a video about it, but there was like a rumour apparently that they weren't working on it anymore.
There was a rumour that they got loads of people laid off.
Yeah, that's the rumour.
Yeah.
It's not that they're not working on
no,
it. It's
that's
that the devs
false.
Yeah.
Devs got laid off.
But yeah, apparently it wasn't true.
Yeah,
Well,
it's false.
it was weird because I saw that article, and a few days prior to that, it literally turned around and said the developers of The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners get axes, and what they'd actually been given was promotional actual axes of The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. But when I read the headline, I was like, oh, please don't tell me the developers have been like fired. And then like 3 days later, I saw the article, and it's not something that's ever been picked up on any of the big VR websites, which is why you got to kind of take it with a pinch of salt. It's only been picked up by PlayStation Lifestyle, so it's a PlayStation site, and they've turned around and said they heard from somebody that the developers have been let go by Skydance, which leaves the Oculus Quest version and the PlayStation VR versions up in the air.
Yeah.
But considering how well that sold, I can't see.
So do you think that they actually heard, oh, did you hear everybody at that studio has got the axe?
Yeah, I think that's what's happened.
That's proper dad joke, isn't it?
It is,
You know what I mean?
but that's what's probably happened in real life. Somebody's gone.
Yeah, but
You
But
know.
this is what happens on Reddit. Somebody hears something and they mishear it, and suddenly it
That is
becomes a
nuts.
huge rumor.
That is actually hilarious.
why is
I
JD
didn't know
even
that story about
axes?
the axes.
I mean, it's like the
Green.
thing. The rumor come out that Henry Cavill is going to be playing Wolverine in Captain Marvel 2. It's like Captain Marvel and Wolverine have never been in the same space, so why the hell would that ever be true?
Anyone bought the Joker on DVD or Blu-ray? Is it out yet?
It is
out.
I haven't brought it. I've seen the film at the cinema. It was one of the greatest films last year, definitely.
Yeah, I really.
And I do want to.
I
I want to buy it on UHD because obviously I've got an Xbox One S here and it plays 4K Blu-rays. I want
Nice.
to buy it, but 25 quid is a little bit steep. If it had been 20, I'd have just brought it straight away. But 25 is just a little bit too expensive for my.
This
wallet.
won't quite work right, but
You look like the penguin. It looks like an evil boy. You look like the evil guy. Is it going to fit in? Oh, what are you going to do, sir? Don't pull your eye out. Are you double monocling? There you go. That was for the VR realm. He said he will not be happy until you get to him in.
and now I've got to clean off my damn lenses. Damn you all to
You've done
hell.
well there, man.
Right. Which
Thank
one
you.
was the left? Which was the right?
Thank you ever so much. But yeah, the Joker, if you haven't seen it, and it's the same as what Nat was saying, when I left that cinema, or when I was in the cinema at the end, I thought that is the best film I'd ever seen at the time. And but funny enough, someone at work was talking about it, and he was like, "How is this going to continue? How is this going to go?" Because what some people, or how the Joker has been portrayed before, is that he is like he's actually a very clever mastermind criminal kind of thing. You know what I mean? He's not as that particular Joker, even though it wasn't the Joker, it was becoming the Joker. He's quite gullible. He's had a terrible upbringing, but he doesn't ever come across as strength. But even though towards the end of it, he's doing things that show you he's committed, and he would do anything. You know what I mean? In a way, like he just...
Oh, the bit in his apartment with the two guys. I won't spoil it for anyone, but the bit of the apartment with the two guys, because you're looking at what's happened with one of them, and you're just like, oh, because the other guy's really nice.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, please no. And Joker's just like, yep, go on, off you go.
Yeah, you just realise, like, there is no
So there's
probably
still
limits, and he's absolutely...
There's still a little bit of humanity there. I've got to be honest, when I walked out that cinema, the one thing I literally said is, most probably the best film I've seen this year, and including that we had Avengers Endgame, and I thought Avengers Endgame was brilliant as well. But I thought Joker was a really good character study. The one thing I did think is, please don't do a sequel. Just make this a standalone, because they used to do that with films. They used to, like King of Comedy didn't ever need a sequel, which is its closest comparison. It never needed or wanted a sequel. And honestly, with Joker, I don't think it needs a sequel. I think that film just stands alone. It's like, I don't want, what's the film that Chris Nolan did after the Batman's? Inception. I don't want an Inception 2. I just want Inception.
Right.
So, I hope, because the rumor is that Warner Brothers are throwing money at Todd Phillips to make a sequel. I'm hoping he says no. And I hope Joaquin Phoenix says no as well.
I think it's actually happening. I'm sure it will happen.
Oh, Warner Brothers have already put the offer in. I don't know if they've both signed up. To be honest, if you don't get Joaquin Phoenix, you don't get the film. So it all comes down to him.
South, you're going to get it on VHS, yeah?
I'm going to get that on Betamax, young sir.
Oh,
Betamax.
Nice.
Laserdisc me up.
Perfect.
Okay. Hopefully, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but let's have a look. And it looks like it will. I don't know what. There we go. It's tiny though. JD Max has asked about this game this guy's made. It's a skateboarding game.
Oh, yeah.
Oculus Quest, but he's using, I think, his fingers to play the game.
Oh,
to play the skateboard. So
it's like the little skateboards that you could buy, basically.
It looks wicked. Yeah, the little toy ones.
Mm.
It looks excellent. It looks excellent. Let me just quickly try and find the. So Danny Bittman, he got really excited about Push Matrix's finger skateboard demo for the Oculus Quest and started talking with him about the feasibility of the idea. So to test how it would feel, I went ahead and modelled a VR skate park in Gravity Sketch. Now I'm obsessed. So yeah, man, it looks like Tech Deck. Yes, absolutely. Oh, Monkfield said he tried to watch the Joker twice and couldn't get into it. Do you know what? I watched a certain part of it when I was trying to talk to this guy about his certain elements that I think are quite important in the Joker, and I was absolutely fixated because, in a way, I actually thought I don't need to see this again. I'll never forget it. It's not. But when I was watching these certain bits, I was like, actually, I could watch this again. I was completely fixated by it. So it's a shame to hear you say that, Monkified. But yeah, JD, that is for you. There is your Quest Park skate finger boarding demo. That looks so funny, dude, watching this skateboard just fly around on its own. It is interesting. I think people will love that. I think that'd be something that ends up on Quest. On a side quest, should I say. Especially first of all. Oh, what's going on? They're talking about.
I don't know if I'm the oldest in the stream. I'm most probably the oldest out of us four, definitely.
Yeah.
But
who said you're the oldest in the
stream? No hesitation. Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
No, I'm definitely the oldest in the stream. So,
obviously, Lincoln before was older than us as well. Lincoln
yeah, he was, wasn't he?
I think Lincoln was only a year older than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you
Oh
go.
no, I'm older than Tony. If you want to put your ages in, I'll just keep saying, yeah, I'm older.
It don't matter what, it don't matter what you put.
And then someone goes, Boy Brown, I'm 97.
You're not 97, Boy Brown. Lies, all of it.
43, Dark's 43.
No, I'm
Monkfield says he's a pensioner. Or Monkified said he's a pensioner. That makes him older than you, Nat. I don't think he's true. Boy Brown said he's 51.
No, he beats me then, if that's true.
I think it might be true. I mean, I don't know. Cornerstone's 43. Boy Brown says he's 97. Yeah.
Anouk, no, she beats me.
Anne's 51.
Beats me by 2 years.
There you go. See?
I'm 49, so...
There you go. Right, guys, unless anyone has got anything in particular they want to talk about in this chat today, and you want us to talk about, I think it's been a good show, man. I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it.
Been a blast. You know, we've had visitations by the spirit of other stars in the chat here as well.
We have. That was crazy. And Danish.
And Danish.
Thank you for joining us today, man.
As known in the past as Danish, now as
Get to the chopper. Yes, it.
Yeah, you can't call me Danish bacon anymore. Copyright and all that, you know. Confuses consumers of bacon everywhere.
It's hard.
Buy a bit of bacon,
yeah.
And they go onto YouTube, and they get all conflustered. Just looking to buy some bacon, they find my YouTube channel in VR, you know.
Rowdy,
I'm sorry, you're always bacon to me.
Rowdy VR says, I want to talk about the current state of the roads in Belgium, because in my opinion they are a disgrace. Has anyone got any feedback on this?
I'm disgusted with the roads. Disgusted.
Really?
Yeah, those
twice.
Those cobbles, I've never seen cobbles like them.
And because he's so old, he has seen a lot of cobbles.
He knows cobbles.
He knows his cobbles.
No cobblestones, do I?
Yeah, look at what's he doing now? Sewing? What are you doing?
No. Please this up.
Knitting some socks. It's cold in here. But yeah.
My monocle got some smudge marks on it, so it needs to be cleaned.
Oh, guys, listen. Excellent.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I've really had a good time. Yeah, it's been really good fun. Thank you very much for bringing me on. Had a good laugh.
I'm sure it won't be the last time.
In case anybody is wondering, these are the lenses that I use for prescription lenses out of my Quest.
No one did talk about 11 table tennis, Boy Brown.
No, we didn't.
Silent.
I did play it, and I even...
Oh, you played it?
After I played... Yeah. So after I done the VR, the Room VR, and it was like, I didn't realise it was going to end like it did. It just ended like an hour and a half. Everyone went, oh, let's play something else. So I played 11 table tennis just at the end for like 20 minutes with this guy online, and it struggled. You know what I mean? My ping was a right issue because obviously I'm streaming, I'm casting, and I'm trying to play online. And he was really friendly. It's very realistic. That's all I can say about it. It just seems very realistic. I don't think there's any fantasy in there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the other one? Racket Fury's got the robots and stuff.
I was going to say, how does it compare to Racket Fury? Because I'm probably going to get 11 table tennis, but I haven't got it yet.
No, it's good. I mean, someone just said about Nocturnal Wolf. Is 72 hertz enough for 11? Dude, it plays perfectly. The physics are great. The thing is, it's like I've said, I don't really go on about it, but people ask me. I don't notice much difference between that and the PSVR and the Oculus when I'm in there. I don't know.
I think the one you'll notice most on, if you're a Beat Saber freak that wants to do expert plus levels, then you want an index set to 144 megahertz. That's the only place it's going to make a difference.
There you go. And Engineered AF, man. He's put, hey guys, first time tuning live. Love the banter, coverage, and accents. I'm from the USA. We tune in next week. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. Yeah, and thanks to everyone who's joined us today. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your donations. Really appreciate it. Thank you for clicking that bell and coming through to see us. I really appreciate it. We'll be back next Sunday. Joe Hill, 11 is amazing, and he grabbed it last night. Excellent stuff. Does it have a campaign? I don't think it does. I think it was like you can choose your hardest level, and I was playing my own avatar from Oculus. What you think?
Really?
Yeah, I did actually say, I think it was on the stream. I was like, oh, I was playing
These
with myself.
biceps ain't bigger than mine.
I was playing with myself online. You know what I mean? That don't never sound right. Yeah, no worries, guys. Listen, thank you ever so much. And there we go. So look after yourselves. Take care. Thank you for being here. Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Wicked. Laters.
Bye.
Bye.